evening, students. Welcome on in to office hours. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Did you have dinner yet? Did you have tea? Good. Hello, everyone, and welcome to class. I hope you studied up because you've had a few hours, to study the formulas, to take a little look-see, to do some evaluation, some reflection. And I'm really excited to hear your thoughts because here in my classroom, we value customer feedback, student evals, So welcome on in. You look fancy. Thank you. Okay, do you want to do a fit check first? Okay, fine. All right. We all know why we're here. It's to hear about my clothes. That's why we're here. Just for a shout out to the mods, welcome to our wonderful mods, my teaching assistants for the next few hours. We thank them so much for taking their time out of their evenings and their dinners and their children and whatever else they have going on. They may not even be painting their nails because they got to take care of all the students. We have so much chaotic students, so we'd like to give a warm but dark round of applause for the mods. Thank you, mods. Teaching assistants on deck. And just a friendly reminder, there's no Holo Taco customer service agents in the chat. My research assistants are not with us. So yeah, if you need any help on your order or anything related to, your personal stuff or your order related to Holo Taco, you forgot something, contact Holo Taco customer service directly, support@holotaco.com. They are not in the chat. And whoa, this song is on the Dark Academia playlist, but it's the song I chose for Detroit Become Human. I'm sorry. Listen, gaming chatters who are used to gaming on Wednesdays. What is this song? I've been listening to Dark Academia music from royalty-free providers this entire time. Oh my God. Press X to become a Dark Academic. All right, well, let's do a fit check first. Get that out of the way. I am vintage. She is vintage. She got all dressed up for this. Not that I ever wore this to school, let's be honest, but it was fun. What am I wearing? Mostly clothes that I bought on eBay. This is a vintage silk shirt, so old that it literally turned ivory. Like an ivory tower, perhaps. This is a vintage vest that I also got off eBay that's like a tartan, like kind of school uniformy, but also dark, a little academic. Jewelry close-up, that's coming next, Lily. Please put your hand down. Thank you. Okay, next we have the skirt that does not fit me properly because it's from the 90s. And I guess I'm also from the 90s, but whatever, okay? This is the skirt. It's very high-waisted. Don't mind the hair clip. This vest is too big, but it's fine. This is the skirt. It has a slit on it. That's not appropriate for class, ma'am. And it's very long. Like, this is very long. And also I've got my Holo Taco slippers on because this teacher loves comfort. So it's like a tweed brownie kind of sepia toned skirt. It's very high waisted. You can see my blouse. Okay, very cute. Very academic, very dark, very classic, very old, very vintage. She's a professor of comfort and style. Okay, next, the hair. Well, it was softly curled and then it all fell out. Like the order of chaos, just ask Foucault. What is the order of things? We never really know, do we? Knowledge is power and such. Now, jewelry check. Oh, well, there's my nails. I guess you're here for that too. But here's some old jewelry. Found this in my closet. These ones actually do look kind of Dark Academia vintage. This one is, dollar store trash, but whatever. It's black hollow. This is from my fancy aunt who probably really likes this collection. I don't know. I'm going to ask her next time I see her. This jewelry, we forgot what's on my neck. It's a vintage Ralph Lauren chain. That's like actually kind of me, because I'm like, oh, it's a chain. And then this thing flips. See? It says Ralph Lauren, like the initials in dark green, like headhunter green, or in gold. Kind of cute. It's kind of cute. I kind of like this. It's very pretty. Also got this off eBay from like some vintage store that proclaimed it was from the 90s, which I believe because it looks that old. Oh, we forgot my bracelet. So this is a vintage Coach bracelet from 2006, maybe? Oh yeah, but who remembers these? Vintage Coach. What happened to her? This is a vintage Pandora bracelet from the shopping mall. Remember those malls? What a vintage experience. The steel is tarnishing, you know? It's been so long since any of us have been to a shopping mall. And of course, we have the new Holo Taco Dark Academia collection on my nails. I'm gonna turn up the light just a little bit. It's a little dark in here, don't you say? There we go. Hold on, I gotta arrange my students. Perfect. Lovely. Absolutely stunning. Okay. So, we've got the full Dark Academia collection, which consists of 8 new, deeply dark shades, perfect for fall. And she's also got 2 bundles, okay? Because it's not just one event. We've got 2 going on. Oops. Got a little mark. Who's grading papers? Not me. On my other hand, I've got the undergrad bundle, which consists of 3 curious, opaque, super full coverage crèmes and 1 new formula. It's a crelly, which is creme plus jelly, but in the middle. Don't worry, footnote that. We're going to revisit that later in great detail. Great detail. And she's an oxblood red. Everyone loves her. I know. She's kind of the star, I think. And then we've got the graduate bundle. So we've got these 4, which are highly sophisticated, very distinguished, intellectually challenging formulas. That's not for the first years, okay? This is the grad students and all different varieties of formulas. Some formulas maybe you recognize, a little spirit fingers, but maybe make it antique and taupe. A little frosted metal, but maybe make it very dark and muted navy. So 2 different bundles depending on where you are. You know what I mean? Like education is a climb. Whether you're an undergrad or a grad student, together we can all be in dark academia. Or if you're not a student at all, you know what? I feel like in our minds, we've all experienced a period of darkness and been intellectually challenged at some point. Doesn't have to be in a traditional classroom like this one. This isn't a traditional classroom, is it? I'm not really your teacher, or am I? I don't know. We're always learning, they say. We're always learning. We're always making mistakes and then learning from them some more. So, welcome to office hours, everybody. Grab your tea, grab your water. I'm going to pull out the agenda and I will guide you through our course today on the new Holo Taco Dark Academia collection. We're going to talk all about the new formulas, do some comparisons, do some creative critique of combos, and look at some mood boards. And I'm spoiling the agenda. Let me just pull it up. If it wasn't already clear, the collection launched earlier today. You better have been in class. I recognize some of you from the Holo Taco live stream, not live stream, but premiere video for that launch. It's good to see you. Good to see you again. Let's grab the agenda. There she is. Make sure everyone is hydrated. You know how it is. Okay, here's the agenda. So welcome class, in case you're coming in 17 minutes late. Get seated, please. Put your phones away. Thank you. No phones in class. Okay, no ticky-tacky. Unless you are on our PR list and you already got this collection and you are making content. That is the one exception I will be giving. That is the one accommodation I will be granting this evening. Then you can be on TikTok. But for now, class is in session, so we appreciate you paying attention. Oh wow, there's 2,000 students here. How do we all fit in one classroom? Incredible. If you are new to my live stream classes that take place in the Simplynailogical Ivory Tower, drop a 1 in the chat if you're new, if you don't come here often. If this is your first class with us, feel free to say hi, say hello, and we'll be nice, I swear. Everyone be nice, or I will take away your phone. 999, amateur nail art. We've got we have some new people. We love new learners. We love people who are always interested in exploring and learning more new things. Sign up for a new class today at Simplynailogical.com. That's not a website I registered. Don't go there. I don't know what's there. Go to holotaco.com. That is a website that I registered that has some great shit on it right now. That many of you already purchased, because we'll also have sales data. That's coming later. Okay, let's go over the agenda. Firstly, we're going to do a content analysis of the Holo Taco YouTube video, which also will consist of a formula deep dive and a social deconstruction of all the formulas. We're going to dive into them. We're going to critique them. We're going to unpack what it consists of and go into great depths in answering your questions. I am anticipating them, and I hope I have answers for you. So be sure to stick around. Don't fall asleep in class. Next, we're going to examine the online course material from holotaco.com, which includes website descriptions, some wonderful swatcher photos. It's always of great value when we have a bunch of students put together their class notes and share them with all of us so we can see the formulas, shades on different skin tones, different people, different lighting. Next, we're going to consider the mood board for this collection. What prompted the Dark Academia concept for Holo Taco? And not just that, but we're going to have a Simplysocialogical edition. Yes, your professor has a personal addendum to attach to this class. Maybe it's a little slideshow that consists of some pictures of me in school. We may also get visited by my master's thesis. Don't worry. We will do a live reading of all 270 pages. I know, it's you want to stay for this. Next, we will be doing some critical color comparisons. We will be comparing pre-existing Holo Taco discourse in the form of shades and crèmes that already exist, and compare how they look to the newly released ones. So we can all say, it's the same color, but it's not. Let's have a closer look. Next, we'll be doing some exploratory autumnal combos. Say that 10 times fast. You can't. Okay, we're going to do some Holo Taco combos over all the new undergrad shades, over all the crèmes. I've already prepared them. Don't worry, I do my coursework too. And then as a bonus, we're going to do some advanced studies and graduate combos live. So I've prepared the graduate bundle alone, and then, or on its own rather, and then I will ask the chat, students in class who are still here and not asleep by that point, what tacos you want me to put on top, and we will do that live. And explore. Ethnographic research, let's go. Next, we will evaluate the Holo Del Taco detectives' work, which I presume they have submitted to me in time for this live stream. I will be checking the Discord. And lastly, we will be doing discourse ideology bingo, and see if any of us are going to win this term. And maybe I'll throw in some data. I forgot to add that to the agenda. That's a bonus. Can you tell I was a sociology major? Just checking. Okay, so if we all feel content with the agenda, let's move on to the content analysis, part 1 of these office hours. Don't forget to like the stream, class. Thank you, Valerie. Be quiet, everyone. She's talking. Thank you. Yes, everyone. Why are people chatting? Why is the chat chatting? The teacher is talking. Hello? Should we do a poll? Will there be a pop quiz? Let's do it right now. Pop it while it's hot. Okay. Here. Let's do it without showing you the goods. What shade are you most excited about? Shades. Shades. Okay. Red, crelly, give me blood. Greens will rule the data. Or will it? Dark sepia and antiques be mine. Or navy frosted metal. Oh my. Let's see what everyone's most excited about. Okay, I'll take a quick little break to look at some super students. Shout out to the Mensch Gang super students. Nanya Business. That is an incredible name. That's a fucking amazing name. I'm sorry. Okay, inappropriate of me to comment on your personal name. Anyways, simply this collection is so gorgeous. I almost cried when I saw it. Thank you so much for all your hard work. No crying in the class, just in the club. Brittany. Also, what are this? Everyone is so clever. You're all getting A's already. I ordered Devil's Advocate, Inkwell, and Silent Library. Hopefully I'll receive it for my first week at my new government job. These are the shades for your new job. Trudy, this is for you. Prof. Shrimply, thank you for the apple. Thank you. Hope it's not poisonous. Angie, thanks for the evening stream. I always miss them because of work. I just started swatching my collection. Can you give us the logo for my labels? In the next time I do a label maker stream. Sage, started my junior year of college, so I started nursing clinicals and studying for the MCAT. Send help. We're sending you help. And I'm so excited to get my collection. That's very exciting. Good luck. Amateur nail art, currently at school grading quizzes. Ordered my collection just before stream. I planned my outfit for lunch today. Black and maroon color palette with black sequin details on the shirt. Can you be my stylist? I tried. I feel like I could have used some help. Darren, I think there should be a little book cover competition, like how everyone would try to make their book cover in the coolest grade in school. That's a great idea. We recently had a Holo Taco book art, nail art related competition just ending last week. So kind of on the same page. Mountain High, thank you for the gifted memberships. Mensch Gang. So many students signing up for my class, registering. Taylor, it's syllabus day. Does that mean the stream is going to be let out early? No, everyone is staying very late tonight. Tell your parents. Catherine, thank you for darkening and graying your color palette. I knew this touch, or I like this new touch of sophistication. I had to buy the full catastrophe. We're glad that you love it. Wait, how are these students getting through? What? Guys, please wait in line. Okay, office hours. I have to talk to the A students first. Melanie is so happy to catch a stream. I missed the super early ones in New Zealand. I got Devil's Advocate, Secret Society, and Ivy League. Gorgeous colors. Thank you. Vicky, the best. Oh my gosh, I love Inkwell. Thank you, Shrimply. You're welcome. Queen Savvy, this is my favorite collection in ages. Not that I didn't love all the other colors, but this Dark Academia speaks to my soul. All the greens. This is my favorite collection ever. Thank you, Michelle. Hey, Simply. Hey, Hannah was there. I've been watching you since 6th grade, and I graduate college this spring. I skipped 2 years, but I love the school vibes. That's, you know what? I feel like this is bringing together anyone who just finished school, is currently in school, or went to school, which is all of us, which is probably 99% of people. Thank you, Emily. Our lawyer is here. Okay, well, I'm not teaching law class. That's on you. We're just sociology over here. Thank you, Emily, for the Mensch Gang gifted memberships. Mensch Gang, cat hair going down the drain. I'm not going to say it 20 times, but you get the point, and we really appreciate you showing up to our office hours. We have a lawyer here. Woo. Mac, it's the Mac attack. Obviously, I arranged to attend all the classes on offer. By the way, you missed preliminary data analysis from the course objectives, not the agenda. You're right, I did miss it. How could I? Fucking sociology brain of mine. Undergrad and library for me. Do we have some librarians in the chat too? All right, let's take a look here at our first poll results of the class. What shade are you most excited about? 36% of you said red crelly, give me blood. 30% said greens will rule the data. We'll see about that. 19% dark sepia and antiques be mine. And 15% navy frosted metal, oh my. Okay, so this is pretty consistent, at least ranking-wise, with a similar poll that I did on the Holo Taco Premiere live chat when that went live right at 11:30 earlier today when the collection launched. So I wanted to see if there was concordance. And there is generally concordance. Maybe the distribution is a little bit different, but thank you for your data. This whole collection is so me. Thank you. I bought the whole bundle. Tim Rissa, 5 of the 8. I've been asking for 2 to 3 years. Whoa. That's as long as it takes to write a thesis. My dreams have come true, especially with Devil's Advocate. Thank you so much. Wow, aren't we all very excited for school? Have you ever been this excited for school? Barry Freeze Pop started my first day of grad school today studying public informatics. Oh, ordered this collection so my aesthetic is fresh all semester. Amazing. We should do another poll about trying to canvass the chat, get a little bit of demographics, who's in the chat. So I know I've previously polled this audience, are you in school? Whether because you're a teacher or you're a student. And 28% said actively I am currently in school, which I find really interesting, right? We've all aged with me too. We know that too. Like previously my audience used to, a higher percentage would be in school just because of an age factor. And now you guys have grown up with me. So a lot of you are older and done school like me. But that's just how that works, you know, with aging, generally speaking. Not that you can't be older and in school, but you understand my point on average. So let's just see where everyone is at. Are you, great way to spell, currently in school? You could be student or teach. Oop, that's not gonna fit. In school. Student or teacher. One or the other. All done or here. Did post-secondary. Done. Not interested. Okay, that's the last one, right? That's all the categories, I think. If you're in school at all, whether it's grade school, it's past your bedtime. Go to bed if you're in grade school. Thank you, Gen Alpha. If you're in Gen Z, maybe you're in high school or you're in university or college or you're in trade school. All of that is school to me. Is there grading? Is there some type of certification? And are you paying for it? Okay, sounds like school to me. Are you in grad school? That's also school. I see some people saying master's, PhD. Yes, you are in school then. If you are teaching any type of school, you are also in school. I'm a student of the universe. William, you don't, please, my name is Mrs. Snailogical. Thank you. Miss Snailogical. The socialization of teacher names in the MRS has been burned into my brain as a result of social construction and gender ideology. I'm a product of my environment in which I grew up, and I'm trying to shake it every day. Anyways. Professor Shrimply, yeah, that's the one. Silent Siren. I'm technically in school for animation right now, but life has been a trauma-rama recently, so I'm taking a semester off. You're still in school. That sounds like in school to me. So I'll get into the whole, like, why I love school so much a bit later. But let's just hop on to chapter 1 and get right into watching the Holo Taco video. How about we just start there? After I end the poll, of course. Just give it here. Give the class a minute. Get your tea. Get your water. You know, I allow beverages in class. I'm one of the cool teachers. What is school if not traumatic? That's what Foucault once asked. No, it's not, but that would be funny. Elizabeth, love the new collection. Devil's Advocate and Ivory Tower are my faves. Ooh, I can't get them this month, but if bundle's available next month, I'll buy all three. That is an excellent strategy. And in case I didn't mention it already, the Dark Academia collection is not limited edition, so if any of the shades do sell out, we do intend to restock them. I can't promise how quickly one might be restocked, just because pigments and balancing all different priorities. However, our intent is to restock if one sells out. If one shade sells out, then the bundle's not available. So I'll just leave you with that. Right? The corresponding bundle that the sold out shade is in would not be available should one of the shades sell out. So if you're interested in everything, if all of it's speaking to you, then you can get the entire bundle for a discounted bundle price. Or if you're interested in just these little undergrads, then you can get these for a bundle price, or the grads for a bundle price as well. And if you're an international student, hot tip, the whole collection at the bundle price, plus add a $2 Holo Taco logo sticker onto your order, and then you'll get to the free shipping threshold for international students. Always thinking of you, internationals. Just add that sticker and then you're good. Bundle up, everyone. Winter's coming. It's fall, you know. Get your scarves. I love that there's different bundles. Thank you. You know, we have to acknowledge the different classes. Everyone's at a different level. That's okay. Let's take a look at the chat. Are you in school, student or teacher? 30%. That's up 2% from the last time I did this. Self-selected audience. 54% already completed post-secondary education. They are done, but they've been there. So all of them have experienced some form of dark academia, which I feel like has multiple different ways of interpreting it. You know what I mean? And 16% are not interested because it's just so dark to you. See, you can also apply. Thank you for the polls. You're welcome. We're going to get all the data. I love all the refreshes to the bundle page. Thank you. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday, Renee. Done for now. Asterix. Yeah. All right. I keep hitting my back into the clip. I'm going to take this clip off. I'm going to stab myself during class. That's awkward. All right. Let's take a look at the Holo Taco video. Let me pause the music. This is our feature video. Please, as we roll this VHS, don't fall asleep in class. Thank you. Dark Academia collection. A collection of 8 intellectual pursuits. 2 rich formula classes, both ready for fall. We've got the undergrads and the grads. Should I show that to you again? I know, the teacher is pausing already. The teacher is pausing. Oh no, Swifty nails. On my child break, going back to finish teaching. How many people in the chat are in school right now? Put a 1 in the chat if you're in class. I'm making that easy for you. Because you just have to type a 1. Because you're in class where you should be paying attention. I'm going to tell your teacher. All right. Okay. Mods, screenshot all their government names. Send it to their teacher. Got him. All right. Undergrads, 4 curious opaque crèmes plus 1 crelly, new formula. Don't worry, we're getting into it. And grads, 4 highly sophisticated, distinguished, intellectual, stuck-up formulas. So stunning. In a palette that works together. You can pair up undergrads and grads. You can choose just one bundle or the other. There's so many Skittle Manny possibilities with these. There's so many dark nail art possibilities. Or there's just 8 different possibilities of what do I wear today? You know, if you're just into wearing one shade at a time. You can overthink this, or you can just pick one. Or everything in between. Oh, and as a reminder, please make sure you're watching me in 1080p, otherwise you are getting an F. Let's meet the undergrads. 3 curious crèmes and 1 oxblood crelly. Seething with potential. Look, is that Ban? Whoa, who is this student? Okay, we've got a short nail king in class. Can I get a warm welcome to our short nail king? Looking good in the crèmes. When I asked Ben, can I swatch your nails for this collection? He was like, yeah, only the undergrad bundle though. Like immediately. He just knew. He's like, I like those ones. Okay, he's a man who knows what courses he wants to take. Absolutely killing it. He also said to me earlier that he thinks people are sleeping on foreshadow. We also foreshadowed that data. But it kind of looks like toes. I'm going to kick you out of class? That is so rude. You're going to be time out there for a minute there, Maine. So rude. We are kind to our fellow students here. It looks like toes. I'm sure Ben is very, very hurt by this internet comment. Okay, let's continue, everyone. First, we've got Headhunter, a recruit-worthy green, so dark it's almost black. This is a very dark green crème. Lighting's gonna throw it, especially when you have it up against a dark background or whatever. Your iPhone is just throwing everything, but it's very dark, and you'll see in comparisons, if you haven't already checked Instagram stories, you could do that right now if you need to know the answer right now. But I will also show you that it is quite darker than Julian's Monstera or last year's Modest Moss. As always with Holo Taco crèmes, it is a full coverage crème formula. Watch this. One coat. I mean, apply 2 coats for best practices. Okay. But it is very full coverage, very opaque. Salem, oxblood plus solar plus fire within. Oh, we're going to do that later. Stay tuned for part 3. So talented. You know we had to recruit her. Don't forget your glossy taco so you can seal in and quick dry before class. Because you got notes to take. Ooh, would you like to try a matte taco? Taco? Wow, hello. The teacher needs to learn English. Thank you. A matte taco for a smooth matte textbook finish. Yeah, that's fall right there. Matte everything in fall. Delicious. So dark, so vampy, so deep forestral. It's like a chalkboard. Hey, teachers, this is your chalkboard. Next up, we've got Foreshadow. Reject conventional color norms with this warm, stony gray. Okay, gray is not for everyone because it makes you look dead inside. But if you feel dead inside, then I don't see a problem. I actually see an advantage to choosing one such shade, okay? Again, full coverage creme formula, wide brush in all of these. And spoiler, you better be wearing this soon. Don't sleep on Foreshadow or I'll haunt your nightmares with it. But this was like the best way to describe this is a warm stone gray that's like the steps of a school after the sun has beat on it for the last 90 years. It's like concrete, but a little warmed up and a little beat up. I can't wait to see people's combos with this. Looks nice against human skin. It also looks really great on androids. I'd categorize this as like a grayish, but maybe slightly more gray. It's like a concrete, a very natural organic concrete, as opposed to a duct tape gray, which is more true cool gray. This is much warmer. My guy would wear that. Let's go. Get all the boys in the shades. That's the goal. This is your favorite? Nice. Nice. Matte looks nice. Of course it does. It looks like concrete. Next, we've got Ivory Tower. So you can climb high with this perfect ivory shade. Now, you may be thinking, oh, I don't need another white. Well, it's not white. It's ivory. It's just off-white enough. We had so many prototypes to develop this ivory shade because I'm like, I don't want white, but I also don't want beige because like we have that. You know, see y'all later chai. We also have the yellow side of Butter Me Up. We also have 2 pink with Sweet Tooth. But I needed just off-white enough so that it looks like a wedding dress or a shirt that's like 30 years old from your grandmother's closet. 30 years old. 60 years old from your grandmother's closet. Like my shirt. Like it's old and soiled inside. Or like a transcript that hasn't been dusted in years. Or like how a textbook starts to yellow over the last 20 years. Then you pick it up in the library and you're like, wow, there's literally cobwebs. But look at the color of the pages. It's ivory. It's no longer white. It's ivory. And the coverage needs to be rewatched and studied. Let's watch that again in slow motion. We're doing all the demos today. Okay, playback in 0.25. Ready? I mean, for a white? Bruh. You ain't never seen this before. Music is so dramatic. 0.25. Instead of I'm sorry, it's ivory. The coverage, though? So creamy. Okay, we can put it back to normal. Now, you really do need to see Ivory Tower on different people to get a good grasp of like what the tone is, and it's going to vary depending on skin tone, lighting, what room you're in, what you're shooting with, what screen you're looking at, what digital artifact we're referencing, what the reference category is. You know, a bunch of variables that will go into how a shade presents itself when it arrives to your home and how your eyeballs see it. But it is off-white. It is not white. Our not milky white is super bright white, like whiteout. This is not that. It's a little more demure. It's vintage. It's creamy. It's fancy. And the coverage, though. Ugh, okay. Next, we've got Devil's Advocate. Unpopular thing to do, but we made a creme translucent. Because a crelly is, definition, footnote, in between a creme and a jelly. So our cremes, super full coverage, high pigment. They go on nearly opaque in the first coat, depending on the shade, but usually we recommend putting 2 to 3 coats. But that's a creme. So full coverage creme. A jelly means it's very translucent. You can see right through it. So if I were to swipe it on a piece of paper, I'd be able to like see right through it. A jelly is closer to our 4th anniversary retro collection. Remember we had holo glitter like embedded in the jelly so you could kind of see through it. So it looked like jelly shoes from the 2000s. But this is a new formula for us, which is a crelly in between a creme and a jelly. So it's buildable like a jelly, but it's a little bit more opaque like a creme. it's not a full jelly, which would mean that you'd still have translucence by the third coat. This can get you that coverage by the second coat so that you don't feel like you're naked underneath, but you still have a little bit of see-throughness that just makes it look like blood on your nails. Like really thick blood, like Dracula, like vampy fall nails. That's gentle squishiness. Like fresh blood, but not too see-through. Not that fake blood from Halloween shit. No, like real blood. Taking notes. Good, Josephine. We love taking notes. Let's keep looking at pictures. And I would describe the color as a blackened oxblood red. So it's not just red, although on the first coat it might look like a bright red, but do not be fooled. It gets blacker and deeper and vampier as you build it up. So this is a new one for Holo Taco. Here's the first coat. It's gonna go on much lighter, right? It looks like maybe a bit of a dark red. Translucent, deep red, first coat. Now, add a second coat and it deepens significantly. Like, what? Doesn't even look the same color, but that's because you've layered 2 layers of this crelly to give that like deep blood layer look. Extra vampy. This crelly, just due to the pigments, will dry down kind of satiny on its own. A lot of different formulas dry down, satin, kind of matte, but ultimately you should always be putting a glossy taco on for best practices, quick dry, sealing it in, making it last longer and everything. So putting a glossy taco on, it doesn't really matter. But I just thought I would note that the formula on its own will dry a bit more satin. So make sure you add that glossy taco to make that blood high shine, high fresh. And let's witness that again because, I mean, the sacrifice. Let's do it again. First coat on our short nail King Ben. And second coat, glossy taco. Oh, even look at short nails, long nails, whatever nails. Absolutely stunning. Now, if you have long nails or any nail that just has a little bit of free edge sticking out past the end of your human skin, you'll see the light kind of shine through the edge, right? Because a crelly formula will show that light through the tips because it is more of a semi-translucent formula. I'm going to wear this to work at the blood bank and see if my coworkers get concerned. Yeah, I mean, you're just matching your job. That's fine. So see how that color really lifts? Isn't that wild? Yes, that's it. I'm just putting a light behind, but it's just to demonstrate the type of formula that it is. We worked so hard on this one because I feel like some people have the wrong idea. They think, oh, a crelly, you know, what I've shown you here, is just like a watered down creme. I wish it was as easy as adding a couple drops of water. There is a very careful balance of different types of pigments, different types of bases to give it translucency, but also pigment, to give it the exact color you want, but also a buildability, to give it clarity, but also coverage. It's not easy to develop something like this, and we were aiming for that, a very specific dark oxblood vampy blood red that does have this duality of looking kind of see-through on the tips or when you shine the light. And it was a sophisticated challenge, so you know it's a bit ahead of its grade to be in the undergrad bundle, but we put it there because we perceived that the impression of it would not qualify as a graduate. However, I do think this one is graduating from undergrad with highest honors, like highest honor distinguishment. Let's go. Top of the class, top 1%. No one can be her. And that's why she's the devil's advocate, because you just can't argue with her. She's new. look, look, look. You see the little bit of translucence? Stunning. You can't argue with this type of intelligence. It's just so unique. Next up, we have our graduates. 4 specialty shades in highly distinguished specialty formulas. Let's take a closer look. So sophisticated. First up, Inkwell. Distinguished dark sepia base. It has bronze shimmer that flickers like the candlelight. So just like a little bit of shimmer. And it really reminds me of calligraphy ink that has a little bit of metallic bronze in it that kind of scintillates in the light. It's for your dark prose writing area, whether you're writing your thesis and you're like, fuck this, okay? Hello, me, I've been there. Or you're just writing a dark poem because life is dark. This shade is, I think, a very unconventional shade because it is brown, but how can we make brown vintage and stunning? So we came up with this sepia base. So it's not just brown, it's very dark sepia that reminds you of like that metallicness in the calligraphy writing, which is so vintage, classic, dark academia aesthetic. Look at that spill, ink spill. First coat. It has a very subtle shimmer. The pigment size in the shimmer is small, so that when you step back, you are getting just a tiny little glimmer instead of like a chunky hollow sparkle. I wouldn't call this sparkly. I would call it glimmer. Just a little glimmerly. Don't use the polish for calligraphy. Yeah, probably not. But it reminds me of that. And she is Inkwell. Great coverage on this one for a specialty. Find this is an easy 2-coater. Oh, we've got some lighting education. Okay, everyone, wake up, please. Get off your phones. Specialty shades are more likely than crèmes to look different in different lighting because of their specialty pigments. So depending on whether you have like a spotlight on your nails, you're in the outdoor shade, you got your phone flash, or there's an overhead light, which kind of does like almost a multi-chrome type effect depending on the pigments of the polish. I just want you to take a look here that the bronze shimmer comes out with direct light. So in the shade, I'm going to see more of that like muted deep sepia. But upon flash or a spotlight or an overhead light or the sunshine, I just didn't have any because the sun would not come out. How dark of it. How fitting. I'm filming a Dark Academia collection, trying to get sun shots. I go outside for literally every shade and I couldn't get good sun for any of them. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It is what I deserve, isn't it? So, my proxy for sunlight is indoor spotlight. I have a powerful halogen light. There you go. Or phone flash. Close enough. There it is on some wonderful swatchers. Inkwell looking fine, looking fabulous. Next up, Ivy League. It's hard to compete with this evergreen shimmer. It's got a bold blackened green jelly base, so very deep green, but almost black jelly base. But the shimmer in it is a warm green. So it's green on dark green, and it will turn all the heads. This is a buildable one. I'd say the closest in formula to it is Curfew Crasher, but not exactly, because that had a bit of a milkier crelly base, and this is more of a clearer blackened green jelly base with a healthy packing of that evergreen shimmer that basically like makes up the shade. You don't notice the jelly as much once you get to the second or third coat because it's just all shimmer. But that blackened jelly base really helps deepen the green pigment to get it to that perfect deep, deep ivy color. Oh, rich. She'd also be really good for Christmas time. Very like a dark Christmas. Let's take a look. different lightings. You're gonna need backup notes, yeah. All right. Secret Society, the password is specialty formula. XOXO, Holo Taco. This one is Spirit Finger's cousin, okay? Sophia? Sophia, are you in the class? She did not attend. She's probably eating candles or something. This is the same formula base as Spirit Fingers, except it's an antique taupe version with goldish shimmer. Okay? So it goes on like a jelly. It's got a grayish, warm gray jelly base with goldy bronze micro shimmer. Build it up in 2 to 3 coats, and it's got scattered hollow. Sophia is quaking right now. Somewhere Spirit Fingers is shaking in its grave. But this is the antique vintage older aunt of Spirit Fingers. Maybe they're sisters, spirit sisters. This one I find is so dynamic in different lighting. Like, it kind of doesn't look like the same polish. In the overhead light, I really do get that like olive shift in some of the shimmer. But then in some of the direct lighting, I'm getting just very, very straight up gold pewter bronze, like a taupe bronze shimmer. It does have range in it. It's like the brass clasps on old books. It's like old keys, access to the secret society. It's like the gold on the side of the pages of the books that they didn't do to my thesis, probably because it would cost too much. But that's kind of what this reminded me. We've got the antiqueness, but it's not as dark as Inkwell. She's different. All right. And last but not least, we've got Silent Library. Please, everyone, be quiet. Thank you. And concentrate on this formula, because it's a deep muted navy jelly with silver metallic foil flakes for a frosted metal look. Look at that. Look at that. Look! Now, as you know, footnote, photos and videos of frosted metals do not do justice to their beauty. They just don't. I tried my hardest. I changed my lights. I added like white pieces of paper around it to help like refract and reflect white so you could see. But she is like the night sky when you've been studying for hours and you have no idea what time it is, and then it's still dark outside, you know. It's almost light, but it's still dark. You're spiraling at the library. Reminds me, frosted metal, yeah. It is a frosted metal, but it's a very dark one. So it reads a little bit different than like a gift receipt or a cheap champagne, because the contrast of the metallic silver flakes is more obvious in reference to the dark navy jelly, right? So you're going to see like more of a difference, whereas gift receipt or mint money, like those jellies are closer to the flake that is silver to make it a frosted metal. Like the perfect degree of muted nighttime navy in all different lightings. She really does shine, but I find in indirect lighting, she looks the best. We have graduated to navy frosted metals. And there we have our 4 graduates and the entire class of 2024. Make sure to explore your dark creative side this season. Do a little nail art. Who is she? And when you get your products, when you get your new collection in the mail, don't forget to turn in your look and tag us. You can find everything on holotaco.com right now, but I'm sure you already did because you're all a bunch of class keeners, aren't you? Thank you so much. Thank you, Nail Daddy. As a masculine nail creator, I love darker colors like this, and it makes me so happy and seen. Thank you. Thank you for loving our stuff. I'm very excited to bring dark stuff to you guys because it's been it's been some time, you know. We've done a lot of fun stuff. We've done rock candy. We had mixed emotions, a lot of colors. We had cookies and crèmes earlier this year. It's been a long time since we've dedicated an entire collection release to doing dark, deep and dark. So let's do some quick website online course materials review. How are we doing? How are we feeling? Just checking in with the class. Oh wow, there's even more people here now. You guys are late. 700, you were late. Deep and dark, yeah. Well, you know, last year we had Sophia, which is like modern goth with a pop of mauve. And then we had Down to Earth collection, which was not dark, but that was more like traditional, cozy fall, earthy vibes. And then this year was the right time to do extra dark academia. I didn't want to do dark academia right beside Sophia, just because I feel like there was a little bit of overlap, even though like hers wasn't dark academia. But you know, she was like a dark modern goth. And here we have a dark vintage academic, inky calligraphy, a bit older. So let's step into dark academia. And as you should be aware of this, but everything is available on our website right now. We launched earlier today. Nothing is limited edition, but if a shade sells out, then the bundle in which it is comprised of will not be in stock until we are able to restock. But you can get the entire collection for a discount bundle price of $97 US, or you can do the grad school bundle or the undergrad bundle, depending on your preferences. I've already got preliminary data that the vast majority of people are still going for the entire collection instead of the mini bundles. However, I appreciate the anecdotal feedback that we've been getting, irrespective of the data, that people appreciate that we created these other smaller bundles so that you do have the freedom to choose, you know, I want a discount on these four, or I'm more into crèmes, so I'm gonna take this path. You know, we want to give you the options during this semester to choose your courses. So it was fitting. Or you can get each shade individually, of course. There's all the little, look at that, Devil's Advocate, Headhunter, Ivory Tower, Foreshadow. Let's just tap in, just click in here. Okay, let's review a little bit of course material, and then we'll get right into something a little more engaging. And I'm gonna poll you guys as well while we're here. What did you pick up? Let's say full collection, grad bundle, undergrad bundle, or individuals. Okay, let's see, what did chat get? What homework are you doing? Paint your way into the dark world of academia. Whether you're feeling like a curious first year getting acquainted with campus, or an ambitious intellectual intent on challenging the academic order, this 8-piece set holds the key to unlocking your pedagogical potential. Say that 10 times fast. Pedagogical potential. Try on 3 rich new crèmes and a provocative oxblood crelly shade as introductory fall material, or aim for the highest order of formulas with 4 distinguished specialty polishes. The choice is yours. What sacrifices are you willing to make for your future? And this is all 8 shades, looking absolutely stunning. Like my little nail art, I did a little pairing. And of course, I will let you guys review for your homework. Okay, homework is being assigned to not forget to go through the entire website, because there's different swatchers featured, and we have a bunch of different photos on different skin tones from our wonderful swatchers. We appreciate their teacher's assistance so much for this class, and you'll find their photos throughout the website. The nail art is fire. Thank you, thank you. You can give me a grade. I have too much homework. Just pile it on. This is fun homework. Come on. All right, what did you pick up? 42% got the whole bundle. We love it. We love the keeners. You guys are always on time. You're always handing things in early. Let me guess. You've never handed in a paper late. 10% are going for the grad bundle, 4% are going for the undergrad bundle, and 44% are picking and choosing. Okay, very selective, very picky about your courses then. All right. All right, at this point in class, office hours, where are we? We've completed parts 1 and 2. Now let's consider the mood board. Would you guys like to see the inspiration for this collection? Let me just pull it up on my projector. Oops. Oops, that was too early. No! No! Please wait. Thank you. All right. The mood board for the Holo Taco Dark Academia collection, which has textbook taste. And what class are you taking this semester? So for 2024 fall/autumn launch, we wanted to give you 2 paths to study: the undergrad path or the grad path. The undergrads being curious new crèmes in wonderful school colors with an extra bonus crelly, and grads, highly sophisticated formulas that are inspired by sophisticated shades that together all scream dark academia. So what is dark academia? I feel like most people have heard of the term before, but if you haven't, just looking at the mood boards and seeing the vibes, then you're probably like, okay, I kind of get it. It's like, generally speaking, for those who are in school and you're in the depths of your writing and maybe you're super emotional and things are chaotic and the time is turbulent and you're experiencing a bit of stress and anxiety and questioning what is in my future. So it's a lot of those feelings that people do experience during school. Now, it has somewhat been co-opted into an aesthetic, and we can talk about co-opting aesthetics from a sociological point of view if you would like to deconstruct aesthetics. There's many video essays on YouTube about aesthetics. But anyways, we're going to talk next about my view of dark academia and my personal experience in actual academia next. So we'll get there. But let's go through the shades. For the undergrads, we wanted an oxblood crelly, like a red stamp seal, like those wax seals. Deep fall burgundy red that was buildable and translucent, that gave a little bit of depth and dimension, that had that curiosity. We needed a dark burgundy, right? That for me, that was an anchor shade. We were always gonna have a vampy red, but the challenge was making it that translucent crelly. Nerd. Yeah, everyone's swooning over the oxblood. Ivory tower, which is a concept used in sociology that's about like the idea that people who believe that they're such higher intellectuals need to come down from their ivory tower because they don't know how to apply their theories to the real world. And there's probably a better way of explaining that, but that concept is often used in sociology as a critique. And you'll hear people say like, oh, you're so stuck in your ivory tower. It's because you're up high in some elite world and you're not paying attention to the actual things that are happening below. So I like thinking about that concept, and I thought that the word ivory tower was so good for capturing an ivory creme because it's super opaque in its line of thinking, high coverage, very high up, and it's got that classic ivory pillar color. And then we have foreshadow, which I connected to a few different things. You can think about it as like the cobblestone on the school steps, kind of that Gossip Girl front steps. That was also a bit of the inspiration to me. And you see in some of the photography that our wonderful content creator did for some of our set stuff with the polishes literally sitting on steps like they're about to go to school. So that was kind of like a little bit of Gossip Girl in there, but a little bit of higher education as well. So foreshadow is that wonderful kind of middle of the road gray that you can interpret as a shadow, as a step, as a concrete, just like a very blank slate in an academic palette that gives a little bit of mystery and a little bit of thinking of what's your next step? What's the next step? And that's, I feel, a question that so many of us in our studies have. Like, what am I doing next? Can you foreshadow it? And then we have Headhunter, which was a must. We needed a super, super rich, lush, dark green creme. You know we had to do it to him. Okay, we had Monstera, but she's retired. R.I.P. Julian's Monstera. And now we have Headhunter, which is even darker, even deeper. It's like school uniform type of dark green. Moving on to the grads, I knew that we needed like a super deep, muted navy, almost like a Hale navy, like H-A-L-E, Hale, that represented a library at night or the midnight sky, or had a little bit of those silver, like the silver scriptures on the sides of books. Sometimes they're gold, that's another shade. Sometimes they're silver, like really old books that you had to pull out of the library and you were like, why did the teacher assign this? And then we've got what became Secret Society, thinking of locks and keys and brass and vintage and being hush hush, and the gold wonderful metallic foil finishes on some really old books that I thought was such a nice antique ad to round this out and give it a little bit of vintage, give it a little bit of taupe, a little bit of warmth, but also specialty, make it interesting. And Inkwell, I used to like calligraphy. I didn't use it to write for school. I'm not that old, guys, okay? I had a laptop when I was taking notes in school. However, when I was in high school, I actually did do calligraphy as like an art project once, and I really enjoyed writing with the pen and the way it made your hand feel and the way the ink comes out. And a lot of calligraphy ink was always like the sepia, meaning it's not exactly black, but it's also not brown. It's kind of in between. And if you got like the fancy version, there was always this little bit of just a hint of metallic bronze shimmer in it that made it kind of glow when you change the angle of the page. And I absolutely love that effect. It gives it a little bit of warmth. It gives it a little bit of mystery. It makes it a little bit fancy, but also still so sophisticated and deep and dark. And then lastly, another green. You're welcome, green lovers. We have Ivy League, which it's Ivy League schools. I don't know. I've never been to one. I'm in Canada. We don't have those here. But Americans will know the prestige associated with the alleged prestige associated with Ivy League schools. And I'm picturing like castles because it costs so much money to get in there. Wonderful gardening and vines growing everywhere, again, because the maintenance is very expensive, and that's why the tuition is too, right? That's got to be why. And maybe some uniforms or some tartans that kind of speak to that rich, dark emerald green to just give it a specialty twist, something very distinguished, a bit glimmery, sparkly, but not too much. You'll notice that we didn't land any of these as like chonky hollow glitters, because that's not the vibe. No. We are sophisticated graduate students. Whoa, 2K are here now. 2,674 students attending office hours. I gotta call the fire company, the fire department. There's too many of us. Nicole, I would love for you to name a color Data Queen and make it a mix of your top favorite darker colors or pigments dancing throughout. You know what's ironic is that it probably wouldn't sell that well once you start mixing them together. But we love the idea. The greens remind me of old school chalkboards. Yes, they definitely do, especially if you mattify them. Don't worry, I've done that. The fire company. I'm in the fire department. Whatever. I'll call the business of fire. All right, and that was the mood board. But it doesn't stop there. Hold on, let me just get my coursework ready for you. Oops. How am I gonna make this full screen? Oh, there we go. All right, are you ready for... How about some Simplysocialogical? We're gonna get a little bit personal now for my personal adventures in academia. Yes, because I am not just co-opting an aesthetic to sell things because capitalism, everybody. I experienced dark academia as an academic between 2007 and 2014. I know that sounds like a really long time. That was a really long time. Ready? You don't need to take notes on this. This part will not be on the quiz, okay? Please hold on the note taking. This is just your teacher talking too much. I will have you know that not many photos were taken nor saved during these years, so this isn't a very long slideshow, but I thought it was fitting, as Holo Taco is releasing a Dark Academia collection, that I might as well show you a little bit of what I thought as a student, you know? I was a year old when you started? Okay. Wow. Thanks for making me feel wonderful. Let's begin. Okay, so beginning with undergrad. For me, that was a time of uncertainty and personal self-discovery. Yes, that is me in my first year orientation. I think my sister took this picture because she came with me to see me off before Frosh Week began. And yes, I was blonde. There will be no questions on that. Thank you. So I went to undergrad when I was 17. I moved away 4 hours from home, moved away from my parents, said bye. Is that a Hollister shirt? No, it's Abercrombie, but close. And I moved into residence. I went to Carleton University in Ottawa, Canada, which is where I stayed. Now I'm still in Ottawa. Not at Carleton anymore. I'm in my house right now. You love Simply Storytime. 2005, not 2007. When was it 2005? Did I get my years wrong? I don't know. Anyways, I went to school first for criminology when I was 17 years old. That's a picture that all these pictures I took, which is why like they're not very good. I took, or like, I don't know, someone I know took them. That's a picture of the O train in Ottawa, which is how people would get to school from surrounding neighborhoods. Undergrad life. For me, it was about living in residence, living in a mess and living as a mess, because that's how I felt most of the time. Now, you may be shocked at my amazing wardrobe, which consisted of Abercrombie, probably some Juicy Couture, and oversized scarves, and some millennial going out tops, and really comfortable Happy Bunny pajamas. You'll notice my HP laptop. This is before Macs proliferated. the world order. I even had a printer on my desk because you had to print out everything. Couldn't submit anything online. You had that same comforter? Oh my god. You'll see I also built myself a fort. See that? Because I wanted privacy. Because yes, I had roommates. This was in residence. Not Happy Bunny. Oh no, not Happy Bunny. Still had tea. I had tea. There's a tea mug right there. There's a mouse. There's a beaded necklace. There's some alcohol in my drawer. Don't look. I mean, it wasn't my alcohol, of course. I was 17 years old. It was my roommate's. I had an extra chair. That was nice. To put my whatever coach purse on. Campus vibes. In particular, my campus was a lot of like forest paths and train tracks and apples and leaves. So it really did have a lot of greenery. I was lucky that the campus I went to was very campusy as opposed to like downtown city. It was like the opposite. It was kind of cozy. There was a quad right in front of the library. You could sip tea. You could look at the train tracks. And this was makeup I did that just so happens to kind of look like Secret Society. I just thought that was kind of cute. It's a baby Simplysocialogical. Okay, she has overplucked eyebrows. They have since grown in. We appreciate them. Yes, just simply at the campusy. Did you take that picture of your eyes to match the campus? No, not at the time. I just took it to document my eyeshadow skills. Clearly, look how good I am. Like, this is so like unimpressive. In the era of like 2016 makeup and forward, like what is this? I thought it was good enough to take a picture. But anyways. The year was probably like 2008. Next up, I have some study sessions and graduation. There are no pictures of me studying because I would not be studying if I was taking a picture. I don't know if you recall, but 15 years ago, people didn't use their phones to take Snapchats or Instagram stories of everything they did to prove that they did them. The only thing they took pictures of was getting drunk and putting them on Facebook and tagging all their friends so you could find out what you did the night before. That's it. So there was no pictures taken at school, at the library, doing anything else other than when you were going out at night in the Facebook album. But here's Zyler. So I got Zyler in second year university, and he's been my little study buddy ever since. And this is graduation, first graduation. And that's my car, if you recall, the old little Mazda 3, the rusty Mazda 3. R.I.P. I don't have her anymore. She's a rust bucket. I sold her. I donated her. Because couldn't. So at the point where you couldn't sell her anymore. Donated her for parts. R.I.P. But that's my car parked by the parking lot because I was going to the library or going to like a class. And I remember taking a picture because it was so snowy and I was like worried that I was going to get snowed in. So I took a picture when I parked before I got snowed in. And that's a little buddy Zyler on top of some homework. So yeah, first graduation for me is about learning and independence. I think after 4 years in school, I'd finally started to figure shit out, got through some of the anxiety, and while I didn't know exactly what I was going to end up doing with the rest of my life, like who does? It changes all the time, even if you think you know in fourth year. You still have learned so much independence at that point because I was 21 and it felt like I'd aged 10 years from when I was 17. Like I was a literal child, a baby. Had to figure out laundry, had to figure out how to cook, which I still never did. I just ate craft dinner, but whatever. Just so many things that added up to learned independence, self-discipline, unintentionally learning project management without like taking that as a class. And so many valuable life educational skills were gained from this. Oh, is Sophia here? Is that Simply or Diane Keat? Girl! Do you like my fit? I wore it thinking you would like it. No? Okay. This collection is for you. You should already have it, by the way. You should have seen my skirt. I'm wearing a skirt. Sophia Nygaard is here, everyone. Her favorite shade is probably Inkwell. So Saf is late for class. Yeah, give her an F. All right. We will continue through my educational journey. Unlike Sophia, I don't have experience with Ivy League schools or knowing what any of that means, because in Canada, I don't know what that means. Okay, all I know is Canadian schools, where tuition is far less expensive, but still expensive, but far less. Was school really hard? Yes. School was very hard. Anyone who says university was easy is fucking annoying. Those people annoy me. Moving on to grad school, because I still didn't know what to do. So I was like, when in doubt, more school. Okay, 21 years old, let's go to school again, because that was fun. Why not? We got Zyler helping me grade papers, because then I was a TA. And I got experience as a teacher's assistant, also as a tutor. And little buddy boy was always with me, helping me study. Not study, well, also study, but also grade papers. He would say, "This one sucks, give it an F." And I would listen to my cat. And I don't know why I took this picture, but this was a student of mine. The question on the prof I was TAing for was explain the 3 main principles of legal realism. And they wrote in a star, "You didn't even study." So they wrote that about themselves. And I guess in grading this paper, just like took a picture with my BlackBerry. I don't know, because I thought it was funny, I guess. Probably to show other TAs. But yeah, shout out to this person. You know, you may not need to know today what the 3 principles of legal realism are, but I hope that wherever you are, you're doing well. Whatever it is that you wanted to accomplish, I hope you're doing well. And one thing I learned from my supervisor at the time in grad school was imposter syndrome. I'm sure some of you have already heard this concept, but like we get into orientation for grad school. I feel super young, super inexperienced. Like there's all these people who are like super smart in grad school. And who the fuck am I? So we get into an orientation class, and the professor / my supervisor asked if anyone felt like they weren't good enough to be there. Like, raise your hand. Everyone raises their fucking hand, right? Because imposter syndrome is feeling like you aren't good enough, you aren't smart enough, you're the odd one out. Everyone else is supposed to be here, but you don't meet up, you don't level up to their standards. And when he pointed out that everyone, when they first start grad school, feels that way, you're like, okay, so we're all feeling really fucking dumb right now. Great. That actually makes me feel better. If everyone feels stupid, then I feel better. And I always was someone who felt super nervous giving class presentations. I mean, sometimes you can probably tell in the way I present on stream. Like sometimes I get really tripped up. Sometimes I'm not the best at expressing myself. I don't even think I was someone who always wanted to be like super in the public eye. It took me years to put my face on camera. Hello, nail channel, yes. So it wasn't in my nature to be someone with that uninhibited confidence. I was already extremely nervous, insecure, scared, and not someone who could just stand up in front of a grad class and like talk about my thesis or like my area of interest as if I was an expert on it. I always felt like I was not an expert and that everyone else around me in my class was expert. And that was because I just had this perception that when they spoke about their topic or they did a reading and they were connecting it to the theory, their sociological theory that they were implementing into their thesis, that they always sounded like they were confident. They spoke with conviction and knew where they were coming from and what they were saying and whatever. And I always felt like, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm right. Is this right? What I just wrote? I don't know. So I was always not confident in speaking. So I was unable to speak with conviction. And it took years, like years, and then also years of making videos and streaming and doing this to finally not always feel like I'm unable to speak with conviction. Because public speaking is hard, whether it's to 2,612 people or to 10 people in your grad seminar class. And I think one thing that my prof, who was talking about imposter syndrome, said that gave me some solace, that gave me like some confidence, was that you are the biggest expert on what you already know. So when it's your turn to talk about your area of interest, your thesis, your topic, your presentation, you're the one who did the work in it. No one else studied what you just studied. And so that can apply to anyone giving a project update management, at your corporate government job or something. If it's something that you were assigned and that you did, you're in control of learning everything you need to know about it, and then you give that presentation. But it's you who knows the things, not the other people listening, usually, right? At least this is true in like grad school seminars where like, I don't fucking know what this girl's theory was, where she was using some other theorist that like, I'm not an expert on. Everyone kind of picks a path and they become an expert in that. And that kind of happens in traditional jobs as well, right? Like everyone has their own project that they're leading or that they're doing. And are we ready for comparisons? Okay. Everyone said, teacher, shut up. Okay, we're moving through it. We're going through it. Simply's just having an emotional period of reflection. It's simply reflection time, where I'm reflecting on the fucking 10 years I spent in school. Not 10, 7, whatever. Okay, second graduation. Yes, that was the last time I dyed my hair until this year. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so I dyed my hair like super dark, like Dark Academia. Dark Academia brown. And I'm wearing a shirt of my university because I then represented my university at Congress. Not like our government's Congress, but a Congress of the Humanities and Social Sciences, which I believe is still an annual event where they gather like a bunch of different disciplines together and have speakers speak on different papers and journal articles and research topics. So I was representing my school like a fucking keener in grad school and helped the event. I didn't speak at it. Relax. Public speaking at that time? No, thank you. But I was doing a pedagogical related event, and hence me wearing that shirt. Anyways, I graduated with my master's in sociology, concentration in criminology, which was the inverse of my undergrad, which was Bachelor of Arts in Criminology, concentration in sociology. Just whatever. Sociology, criminology, a lot of it's the same shit when you get into critical crim. And that's my thesis. And then I was like, what now? And I'm not the first person to ask that question. Someone said PhD. I applied to my PhD and I was about to go do it, probably at Ottawa U. But then I got a job. So I got a full-time, really good paying job in my field of study, which was corrections at that time. But then I did Simplynailogical too. So yeah, we're not gonna talk about my job, but I did Simplynailogical, which you might have heard of her. She's the little lady who went to Polish Mountain. And back in 2014, I posted this nail art on my blog, Simplynailogical.com, where I did tweed academia looking nails inspired by me graduating. So now we're kind of tying it all together because I had my hobby on the side, which I didn't show, but existed. It's been 10 years of Simply. Oh yeah, it's been 10 years. So I did nail art as a hobby on the side of writing my thesis. I started my blog while I was writing my thesis because it was just a fun creative outlet. But isn't it funny that I kind of did like a Dark Academia tweed vintage style because I was like, I got my thesis. Let's make nails to match. Yeah. And then you know what happened next. I went to Polish Mountain and now we're here. But staying on the same course, a little reminder of what Simplysocialogical has done over the past few years. Even though my channel has always been about fun, dumb stuff, always having fun, keeping things lighthearted, I occasionally would give a little speech about school. And whether it was doing a parody or critiquing other influencers for being really unmindful about advice they would give to their followers about school, I would kind of insert my thoughts about school into my comedic, silly videos, because it was really important to me to, like, there should be a voice somewhere on YouTube in 2016 to, you know, in that era, because kids are just hearing school is stupid, here's how to cheat on your test, or if I didn't need to go to school and now I'm a multimillionaire, neither do you, and you can be a multimillionaire without school. And I'm like, that's not advice. So I wanted to be someone who was able to say something positive about school while people were paying attention to me for the fun part, because I felt that people were getting quite the opposite of that when they were just, you know, eating all the trash on YouTube. Not that we can't eat trash, but is the trash gonna misguide us completely with our future? I didn't like that. I wanted to give you some fun trash to watch, but I also maybe embedded just a little lesson in there. What are the stats? Like 1% of YouTubers are actually successful to live off of it? Yeah, like just because Jake Paul became a millionaire and he didn't go to school doesn't mean that's gonna happen to you. I'm sorry. That's not how that happened. So whether it was seriously in a podcast or unseriously, but also seriously in a 1-minute reflection time in my parody videos, I have inserted school in my content over the years. And then I did something about it because I wanted to make school more accessible to people. And although I can't, you know, change the whole world and change tuition for everyone across America because I'm just a little Canadian over here, I did what I was able to do, and starting in 2017, I did social media run tuition giveaways. Do y'all remember this? So I single-handedly ran giveaways from my Instagram account or my YouTube channel and gave tuition, like literally just straight up paid their tuition for someone, a student in Canada, every year for 4 years with an increasing number of winners. So in 2017, I picked 1 winner. 2018, 2 winners. 2019, 3 winners. 2020, 4 winners. And then I decided, okay, the administrative burden is getting to be a lot. The administrative burden, if I'm being quite honest, was just too much. You know, I don't have an administrator. It's just me here. Anyone who won tuition here? Yeah, let me know. So instead, in 2021, I partnered with my university that I graduated from and opened up my official scholarship, which is the Christine Rosenberg Scholarship for Academic and Creative Pursuits. And it was hinged on people who were committed to their education and doing a degree, any degree at Carleton. It's not just criminology or whatever I was in, but also pursuing a creative passion outside of their degree, because it is oftentimes that if you are a creative person, but you're also interested in pursuing something technical or something specific in academia, but you want to keep your creative passions alive, or maybe you haven't decided what you want to do, but you don't want to give one up for the other because of money, because you need to work a part-time job, so you don't have time to do your nail art, you know, for example. I wanted to offer a scholarship that rewarded people who were doing both. So they got their tuition paid so they could hypothetically keep their creative passions alive and not have to worry as much about the money that it costs to go to school. So that scholarship was established in 2021, and there's been 2 recipients that are chosen by a committee at the university, not me, every year forever. So that's how real scholarships work. Like, it's named after me. So when I'm dead, you could go look it up. You could apply today. If you're going to Carleton, well, the winners were already chosen for this year, but next year, and in 10 years from now, you could go to Carleton University in Ottawa, Canada, and apply to my scholarship, and that's just fucking crazy. So, and this was a way to make it perpetual so that I didn't have to do a tuition thing every year. So the university takes care of it, but they reinvest the funds like a scholarship every year so that it accrues more money, and that eventually there will be 3 recipients, but it goes forever. And now, that's not now, but I just thought the picture was funny. We're going back to school in another way. I know it's been 10 years since I graduated. Wow, it's been 10 years since I've graduated. Wow. But school has always had such a close place in my heart. I feel like I learned so much. It's such an invaluable experience, and I believe that education is never wasted. There are so many skills you gain from it, and that's not to say that you can't gain skills outside of a traditional education. That's not what I'm saying. But those of you who have put in the work and have dedicated your lives to your academic field of study, you know that shit was hard. That shit is not easy, and you should feel proud of the work that you put in for yourself. It's not to tell anyone else that they need to do that. It's because it was commensurate, or it brought you to your specific goals that you were trying to achieve for the outcome you were looking for in your life. And that's what should be the motivating factor. Not going to school because someone said so, but is it for you? Is it going to help you with your outcome? Is it something that makes sense for your life? And to all those who put in that work and who felt like hardships and challenges and dark in academia along the way, this collection is for you. So yeah, congrats to the chat on your academic and your creative pursuits, because I know so many of you do both. Thank you, thank you. Okay, that was my speech. We can get to comparisons and combos now. How many people left class? How many people fell asleep? You can wake up now. I'm gonna need a little sip of tea and water. Oh, we popular. Okay. I'm gonna tell the principal that you're swearing. Who's swearing in the chat? Not me. I would never do that in class. You stayed the whole time. We're crying in the class. Yeah, this launch made me emotional. I don't know if it's like the music that I chose, which is not music I listened to in school. What the fuck? Listen to like... I guess I did listen to like moody, emotional music in school. I loved your speech. Thank you. Great commencement speech. Yeah, I was never valedictorian. I was never top of my class. Someone asked me if I was like good in school. I think I just worked really hard, but I was never the smartest. It didn't come easy for me. It was always a challenge, but I liked challenging myself. And that way, when you finish and you do something like write a fucking novel that was so unnecessary, it's crazy. You can be like, holy shit, I did that. And it's a very proud moment because it's not easy to put in the dedication and the discipline and the work, especially in something that's self-directed. I think some people, I mean, some of you do realize that's probably why you're choosing not to do a thesis. You only choose a thesis if you're insane, okay? Let's just say it. But self-directed work, where it's only on you to turn in all the shit, only on you to write it, is ridiculous. You have to be a certain type of insane to choose self-directed novel writing. Like anyone who writes a book, it's the same thing. Like y'all are crazy. That's me. I'm insane. Yeah, we're all a little insane here, but for different reasons. Canadian and American universities are confusing. So yes, I use the word university because in Canada there is a difference between college and university. In the States, they just use the word college. But I might as well just say college if you're American. Can't wait to start on my MA dissertation. I'm studying witches with languages and literature. Okay, what the fuck? This is like the perfect palette for you then. That's sick. Can I make a thesis on Holo Taco? I'm so interested. Okay, this is me. Just one more second and I swear we'll get back to nail polish because this is about nail polish. When I wrote this, social media wasn't that much, like it wasn't that big. Excuse me. Like, yeah, we had Facebook, but not really. There was no TikTok. There was no Instagram. There was no commodification of beauty in our algorithms. Okay. None of that was really prolific. Maybe it existed in some smaller places. But I'm so interested in how sociology, psychology, social psychology, philosophy, gender studies students are using social media as something to analyze and applying sociological or other theories to this new technology to unpack and problematize the issues. I think that's super interesting to me that I probably would have written about if I was doing my thesis today, but that wasn't like what was a thing there at the time. Yeah. Okay. I think social media is a new intellectual technology. Very interested to see how many theses are about that these days. So if you want, you can include Holo Taco somewhere. I dare you to cite. You know what I've seen? People have cited, not my thesis, but like my crime stats papers in their papers just because they wanted to like put Rotenberg in their citations. And I'm like, did you really needed to cite that from Statistics Canada? But I think it's cute when you guys occasionally will tell me, I cited you. Thank you. Emanad, I'm a teacher who's getting ready to go to grad school, so this collection came at the perfect time, struggling with what to master in, though. Yeah, what's some advice there? You have to make sure you're interested in it. Like, what can you write a lot about? What's a lot of different theories that you're excited to apply the theories or the methodologies to your topic of interest? It has to be something you care about. Miranda, I am choosing to pursue higher education in literature, even though I have spent the last 4 years at a specialized arts high school for jazz, because of you, I know I can do both. Thank you. Thank you, Miranda. See? Ah! Okay, look, stop crying in class. We have to follow the agenda. Oh my God. We're all staying late tonight. I'm happy to see only 100 people dropped out. The attrition rate is lower than expected. Okay, next we're gonna do some critical color comparisons, which I know y'all have been waiting for. Let me grab my wheels. All right, section 4, critical color comparisons. Here's the full collection. Just another, hold on, I'll wait till my face disappears with the super chat. Shout out to my editors who were like, thank you, Christine. Okay, there you go. Here's the full Dark Academia collection. Now go on, what do you want to see it compared to? Let me know. I'm gonna proactively pull out some contenders. Shall we look at crèmes first? I passed my nail tech written exam. I studied my ass off for months. These polishes are a gift to me. Let's go. Reward yourself. I always rewarded myself after I got a good grade. Positive reinforcement. Psychology principle. Robin Mello, this is your testimony. Your audience is young and your life is an inspiration. Wow. Thank you, Robin. Inspiration to those developing minds. Keep up the great work. Oh my God. That's such a profound statement. Thank you. Your life is an inspiration. Wow, you act like I'm like some fucking hero. Your life. My life? The one that went to Polish Mountain? Jody Baloney, I'm dying for an ivory tower with one coat of milky white shimmer. Wedding vibes, absolutely. Can we have different music? Okay, I'll ask you guys. This is a democracy. Music. Keep Dark Academia. Switch to regular stream. Beats. There you go. Chat decides. Class decides. All right, as you guys decide, let's take a look at some crèmes. So here's my perfectly labeled Holo Taco existing crèmes. Some retired, some not, but we've got all of them here. Let's look at these three first. And let's start with greens. Yeah. All right. So because they're all labeled, you can see exactly what's what. Amazing. Here's the new shade. We've got Headhunter. And you notice compared to Monstera, it is so much darker. It's super rich, lush, dark. Whereas Monstera was more of like a true forest green. I'd call this like a very deep, blackened, dark hunter green. A little bit warmer than Monstera as well. And compared to Modest Moss, the warmth is somewhat similar. Maybe this one's slightly cooler, but I'd say it's more neutral. And it's, again, much, much darker. That's Bring Me the Teal. So teal, different color. But yeah, they are not the same. So for all the students who were like, it looks like the same color. Well, you would fail that question. All right, let's take a look at what music do you want? 66% said keep Dark Academia. Okay, we're gonna keep it for now, but if it drives me crazy later, we will change it. I can turn it down slightly. How about that? I'm gonna keep crèmes to crèmes comparison because I feel like that's a one-to-one, apples to apples, you know what I mean? Now let's do the white. This is all I have. Actually, I could pull out Miss Butter over here. And chai. Let's do that, just for reference. Okay, I'm gonna have to do one at a time because the sticks are on the other end. But here you've got the new Ivory Tower. Focusy. There we go. So there's not milky white. Super white whiteout. And then we've got Ivory Tower. Fuck. Sorry. There we go. See? It's ivory. It's off-white. It's got like a drop of beige in it. It's almost like you've dropped a little bit of See Y'all Later chai in it. Just a little drop. And the coverage on this is absolutely stunning. A little bit, yeah, eggshell even. Eggshell ivory. It's not white. It's not milky white. And then here, just for reference, I've got Butter Me Up and See Y'all Later chai, just for tonal reference. Hold on. Let's get it in a better focusy. There you go. So compared to these two, yes, it reads white, but that's just to show you that it's not yellow either, right? Because Butter Me Up is more yellowy. And if I pull them away, just back to make the color balance a little more chilled out, you can kind of see them there. But alone, it just looks like white, right? But it's not white. It's not white. Because that's white. Aaron is getting a mouse pad. Nice. It's écru, bones, eggshells. Here it is on my human skin, on my pinky. Little pinky ivory tower moment. On my other hand, can you compare it to your shirt? My shirt's a little dirtier, to be honest. Here, there's like a fucking, this thing. Look, it's so vintage. It's falling apart. It's actually not far off from my shirt. My shirt's a little too on the yellow side. It's a little dirty. This is like a nice, serene ivory. Not as dirty. Not like my shirt that I got off eBay. Okay. Let's do the grays because I know y'all want to see a duct tape gray. And is there any other contenders? Not really. That's the only thing. So, okay. Duct tape gray. So much colder than foreshadow that it looks like blue. Like, wow. I feel like our eyes are playing tricks on us. But if you have duct tape gray in your collection, you know it as like a cold concrete type of gray, right? And foreshadow is much warmer, a little bit darker too, more like cobblestone kind of gray. I love it. Yeah. Okay. And I can pull out cold shoulder. Not cold shoulder. Cold slate. Which is blue. That's that dusty blue. So here's the three of those together. Crazy. Duct tape gray looks blue, but it's not. What? Crazy. This makes me excited for foreshadow. Nice. So if duct tape gray was a little too cool for you, then this is yours. Foreshadow. And it's a bit darker too. It's a really good Skittle gray. And it looks so good under combos. Okay, that's like part 5 in class. We're getting there. We're getting there. We got to move through it. Okay. Let's compare Devil's Advocate. Now in color, she's not that far from I'm Overbrew or even Brownie Points. Let's pull those both out. Let me get my reference sticks. So the difference here though is not just the shade, it's the formula, right? So you can kind of tell through the swatch stick that this has got a bit of jelliness to it, being that crelly formula, whereas these two are very opaque full coverage crèmes. So you've got I'm Overbrew and Brownie Points. And I'd say that this is Devil's Advocate, if I didn't say it. But she's just so different. Like, it's such a different vibe. It reads so much darker than our two very dark burgundy / dark brown crèmes. Very vampy. Kind of that classic, like, rouge noir, oxblood type of look that has a bit of depth and jelliness to it, as opposed to a flat, deep color. Like black cherry, yeah. Like black cherry, like dark blood, perfect for Halloween. Like black honey, that's a good one. And I also did this for you to show you a little 1 versus 2 versus 3 coat. This is Devil's Advocate in 1, 2, or 3 coats with a glossy taco on all of them on a clear swatch wheel. So it's gonna build up heavier on your skin, so you'll probably just land at 2 coats. I find I do 2 coats and that's great. But you could deepen it even further and make it darker by doing a 3rd coat for that extra dark red wine. 10-year-old Merlot. She's quite the devil. The wine is perfect for fall. Yes, she is. Drink up. Don't drink the nail polish. So that's our crelly formula. I'm really excited to see how people love it, how they use it. Already seen some of the swatchers use it, and they look absolutely stunning. All right, let's move to the grad bundle. All this talk of drinking blood has me thirsty. Hey, grad students, I got you. Okay, let's start with Silent Library. Oh, the navy. Muted navy. It's not like bright, saturated, like shady navy. It's more muted. Actually, here, let me just show you that while I have the crèmes out. For reference, this is a much more muted personality navy. See? Shady navy has a bit more saturation. It has a little bit more like electric blue in the background. But our new Silent Library is grayer. And in specific lighting, that's going to showcase the frosted metal more. If you have if you're outside with the clouds or you're under diffused lighting, it's going to look even more glowy and like silver. And to go away, yes, I can pull that one. That would be more purpley though. Where is she? Oh, she's right here. Duh. There's Indigo Away. Again, it's punchier. These are like actual colors. Like to me, I consider them punchy. And this is very muted and understated, sophisticated. Intellectual in the corner of the library. And now let me grab some specialties to compare it to. Sunken Secrets. Yeah. Here, let's do this wheel. Aren't you glad we did all this work? We spent like 40 hours streaming. What's on this wheel? I have Midnight Spark on this wheel. And I think I have Cold Shoulder. Yes. Okay. I'll get to Sunken Secrets. It's on a different wheel. But there is Midnight Spark and Cold Shoulder. So RIP to Cold Shoulder. But she was kind of lighter, but also more like not navy. But we've updated the formulas for these guys so they behave differently too. They look like the refraction and the size of the pigment is going to look different. This one, I think, actually had a blend of some blue flakes in it, whereas this one is a dominant silver flake in it. So it really gives you a different kind of midnight twinkle in the deep jelly sky type of look, whereas this was a little more tone on tone. Blacklisted? Yes. I have that too. Maybe not on this wheel. It's on a different wheel. It's on the limited edition wheel. Here she is. Here is Blacklisted from the 3rd anniversary gala collection. So that was a black frosted metal. Well, not black. Nothing can be the true dark color when you do a frosted metal, because that's just an oxymoron. Frosted metal requires silver metallic in order to get that frosted metal effect that you associate that naming with. So you're always going to have a subdued version of the color or more contrast between the jelly and the silver pigment flake, like what's going on here. But I actually think it's kind of like, it is very like midnight, starry night. Like I really like how that one turned out. It's like a unique twist. Julian's great. Yes. He is. Where is Julian? Show yourself. He's right here. So Julian's great was more of a smooth metallic formula. that was cooler, actually. And you can see just how cool it is compared to foreshadow. Like, those don't even look like grays in the same category. So continuing with Silent Library comparisons, let's do Sunken Secrets is a good one. Here, I'll just grab my blues. This would be such a pretty Skittle, though. Yeah. I don't know. Some of them are too punchy, though. Like, I wouldn't do hydropower. But there you can see Silent Library and then Sunken Secrets, which is actually a different blue, right? I'd say this is a little more muted indigo blue, like dark jeans. And that's more saturated, still dark, like not vibrant blue, like Blue Freezy. But they're very different shades of navy. Interesting. Interesting. Write that down. All right, I think that's good for the blue. Let's move on to the green. Ivy League. No one compares to an Ivy League. XOXO Holo Taco. All right, here you go. Here is Lost in the Woods. Lost in the Woods and Green Taffy. I'll pull Sophia's Brucey in a minute. But as you can see, Ivy League is much darker and more warm, true, deep, like warm hunter emeraldy green. Or sorry, this one's actually more emerald. So I'd say Ivy League is more warm forest green, and Lost in the Woods is a little brighter, but still dark emerald green. It's slightly blue leaning, but that's also the impact of the linear holographic pigment, which naturally has a cyan flare to it. So it does kind of trick your eyes. But they are not the same green at all. Different vibes. Everything is pine. Yes, ma'am. Let's pull Everything is Pine and Foiled again. And Brucey. Where's little Brucey? There you are. Sophia, I found your child. Come pick up your kid from school. Thank you. Which one of these is not like the others? Who's darker than Dark Academia? Nobody! When I said Dark Academia, I meant dark. Like, Brucey is even lighter, kind of chromy, much tealier. Everything is Pine, very bright and light. And Foiled again, that green frosted metal, yeah, is gonna read lighter because of the silver. Super deep and dark, she did not lie. I said dark and make it darker, bitch! So I know many of you like bright colors. You know, you want your bright colors and your golds and your... Actually, no one wants gold. I take that back. You want bright pinks and also baby pinks and your spyglass blue. This is not for you. This is for everyone else who's been missing, who's been thirsting for a dark aesthetic and said, Christine, give me dark and make it darker. Thank you. I will throw pinks and purples out the window. I will set them on fire. Just give me dark colors. And when I say dark, I mean darker. For all those with a dark soul, I got you. Wicked Potion and Chameleon Coat. Okay. Okay. Where is she? Where is she? We've got Chameleon Coat and Wicked Potion. So Wicked Potion is a magnetic. Wicked Potion and Chameleon Coat, both not as dark as Ivy League. I'll just give you a hand underneath so you can kind of get that. Chameleon Coat, RIP. Wicked Potion is still with us at this time, but it's a little bit more vibrant pine green. And it's got holo in it. This actually does not have holo. I know. Crazy, right? Look, there it is on my little now. All right, next up, let's do the browns. So, fun fact, I probably shouldn't tell you this. Would be a trick question if there was ever a quiz. But Inkwell, a version of Inkwell was in Sophia's prototypes, and she didn't pick it. Ah! She probably doesn't even remember because there was 80 million prototypes. There's too many. But if she were to go through her prototypes, she would find one that's not far off. But like, she didn't pick it, you know? And then I was like, okay, I will save her. I will save you one day next year. It was kind of perfect for Dark Academia. So, what can we compare from Sophia? Let's just compare Sophia's collection. What she didn't go for. You know, sometimes you just change your major. And she did. This is what Sophia majored in. And that's what she left behind. It didn't fit, like, with her modern pop goth color palette. Like, it didn't work. Let's be honest. It was the right decision, okay? And it was also the right decision to leave her for me so I could do this. Okay, what else can we compare to Inkwell? There's like nothing like it. Any ideas? Tax Haven? Oh, Tax Haven. Okay, multichrome. Why isn't it on here? Oh, it's on my other wheel. Hold on, we're still learning the system. The systems are systeming. It's right here. Okay. Like, no. Totally very different vibes. Tax Haven is, you know, illegal. So one is much darker than the other. Tax Haven is a multi-chrome. It also has scattered gold holo, which is kind of obvious. Like, you can see that sparkling happening. And Inkwell is not a multi-chrome, but it does have like a little bit of a shift. If you look at it in a hard angle, you're gonna get different versions of like a brown bronzy shimmer. There's no holo in it, and it's a micro shimmer pigment, so it's very tight. That does give a bit of a glimmer as opposed to a multi-chromeness, and it doesn't have a scattered holo, so it's not like a little disco. I'm over it. Okay, let's look at I Need Space, actually. We'll do Or Bite Me, and I'm over it. And we could do Waste of Space, because why not? Can we? Where is it? There's. You love micro shimmer? Good, because I'm gonna do a lot of them. Here's 3 shades from the I Need Space collection. Also very moody. Good to whip out this time of year. I need to label Or Bite Me. What the fuck? Okay, but we've got Waste of Space, Or Bite Me, and I'm over it. And even still, like, Inkwell's much darker than Or Bite Me. Waste of Space is a black jelly, so yeah, you know, they're kind of close. But that's a black jelly with like a bunch of shit in it. And this is a very sophisticated, very distinguished calligraphy pen ink. How about we look at Secret Society, which is a sister slash distant fancy cousin of Spirit Fingers. And I'll pull out Alien Infatuation, also a cousin. Hey, cousin. And Sophia. So same formula, different color. Right? So these two, Spirit Fingers and Alien Infatuation, had a much cooler base. So it might have been a little bit more blue, purple leaning gray jelly. And this one had a darker gray jelly, almost taupe leaning base. But they both have the same formulation. It's just a different composition. So we're applying the same theory to a different subject of interest. And it's got that golden shimmer in it. It also has scattered hollow, just like these two at the top do. So they're siblings or cousins. It's richer, it's more vintage, it's a little bit more secretive. It's not as she's not here to play. Okay, she's here to study in secret. She's doing praxis. Who said that? Okay. What other colors would you like to see with Secret Society? Doesn't really look like anything. Frozen bananas, maybe? Frozen Menchie. Okay, let's do Menchie. Frozen bananas. Frozen bananas? There's Menchie and frozen bananas. Menchie's gonna be lighter. Oopsie. This is hard. Frozen bananas, RIP. But yeah, Secret Society is warmer, less green, but there's a hint of olive in the base. But it's not like green on green, right? It's kind of got a bit of a golden glow. Sometimes it looks a bit orangey glimmery. Sometimes it's more gold. It really depends on the lighting for that one. It's my birthday and this was made for me. Happy birthday! Amber Apathy. Let's do that one. Pull out some linears. Here, why don't I grab these two? I'll grab Amber Apathy and Burnt Bridges. So there's two linears. Yeah, it's kind of got this unique antique bronze pewter olive color that's hard to put into just one word because it has that multifaceted dimension to it with that micro shimmer contrasting the base, and then it's going to change in different lightings. Like if you angle this under different lights, you're going to see more olive, and then under other lights you're going to see a bit more orangey shimmer. Yeah, it's kind of brassy, vintage olive, vintage oaky olive. Old doorknob color, oxidized colors, like an oxidized penny maybe. People are saying compare with Barista. Okay, last comparison, and then we'll move to combos. I know that's what many of you extra people are here for. You're looking for all the answers. Does anyone ever have all of the answers? Here's the OG Barista shades. Those were crushed hollows. And I think in tone, you can tell those are way more neutral slash peach leaning, especially like the lighter two, compared to something like Secret Society, which is very like, compared to these, looks more like olive green, even though I'd call it more taupe. And then Espresso Your Holo and Need I Say Mocha. There it is compared to Inkwell. I think Inkwell pairs the best from a color perspective with Need I Say Mocha because it has that rich brown undertone, like that warm yellow brown, Whereas espresso, your holo was like a cooler, very dark espresso bean. But yeah, that would make a nice Skittle, actually. This one. Those two. Little crushed holo, a little spice it up. Okay. It's time for exploratory autumnal combos. Combos. If you want more comparisons, there is slides available on Holo Taco's Instagram in their stories. Do you think teachers say that these days? Does anyone like refer to their Instagram stories for more reading material? First of all, we got to see the mat. Okay. I mean, hello. Wow. When you add a matte taco. Ugh. Fuck me up. I mean, like, rich. Super rich. Look at that. Oh, the way the shimmer is so subtle in Inkwell. Look at the matte just does something. It elevates it. It brings your paper up by like at least 10%. It bell curves the formula. It adds to the vibe of Dark Academia so much. I don't know what it is about fall, but just cozy, matte, soft, flat, but still having some deep dimension under that layer. It just evokes darkness and fall. All the colors are just giving sexy fall. The crèmes especially, I love the way they look. Like, look at them, like such school colors, like classic kind of school uniform colors. Devil's Advocate is like dried blood. This alone will turn you into a Matt person, even if your name isn't Matt. Is Ben's brother in the chat? He's just gonna think I keep repeating his name. So yeah, I encourage you to try any of the shades with a matte taco if you so choose. I think crèmes are like a clear winner, and honestly, Inkwell and Ivy League they're doing something to me in matte. All right, let's look at some combos. Combos over crèmes, anyone? So our crèmes of study at present are Headhunter and Foreshadow. I've come prepared. I made some selections based on your student feedback, which you provided to me on the Simplynailogical community page post yesterday. Thank you in advance for participating. And if you didn't participate, well, you should pay attention then, because that's where I took the request from, the suggestion box. I know you guys will, exactly. So here's what we've got. So Headhunter, Fallen Flake Taco, Silver Flake Taco, Gold Flake Taco, Lunar Unicorn Skin. I did these beside each other so you can really see the difference between a unicorn skin and a metallic foil flake that are like kind of close, but not really at all. Aurora Unicorn Skin, Celestial Lights Shimmer, Scorched Earth Shimmer. That's what I was wearing in my Snap stories the last week. Absolutely stunning. Freezer Burn. It's like when the grass freezes over in the morning and you have to go to class anyways. Fuck. Scattered Holo Taco, Flaky Holo Taco. Just to throw in some holo. Let's get another close-up of the greens. Which one is calling your name? There's something that makes me really weak about these shimmers. I just absolutely love our shimmer. Like green on green is just, that's super fun. But the red on green, I love the contrasting. Metallic is fun. Fallen flake, obviously, if you want to go back to traditional fallen flake vibes, that's perfect for you. And then we've got looking at some other metallics, which is beautiful for Christmas, I think. I like silver on it. Solar unicorn skin would also be amazing. So it would kind of look like this, but as a flake. So I tried to distribute the colors across so you could still get the same idea. Now let's take a look at Foreshadow, our new gray creme. Warm, deep gray. Like when I said she was good for combos, okay, anyone who didn't buy Foreshadow, who just looked over it and was like, I don't need gray, you're all now realizing that you were wrong. Pour one out for everyone who is wrong, who didn't buy Foreshadow. Because she is the perfect base for literally anything. I love the way you can customize a neutral color. There's so much possibility in that. It's like really pretty concrete. Like you're dead inside, but now pick an accent color. It's on the wish list right now. Yeah, you are wrong if you didn't pick this up. The silver has me weak. Okay, let's go over it. Cracked taco shell, which is coming back in October. That's a good Halloween one. Silver flake taco. Okay, that is so pretty. Ugh. From far away, it kind of looks like a frosted metal, but it's deeper because it's got that very specific gray tone underneath. Rose gold flake taco. I had to try it. I kind of prefer this, to be honest. I prefer the flat silver, but I had to try rose gold. I thought it's still kind of cool. Kind of like broken heart Valentine's Day. Like heart, you know, crushed on the concrete vibes. Add some red flake taco for bonus points. And then we have our green unicorn skin and then the red one. Galactic unicorn skin, solar unicorn skin, freezer burn, celestial lights, and polar princess. Again, the way the shimmers, absolutely stunning. And then I had to try everything taco, and that's disco dust, which if I go under certain lights, you can kind of pick up on the reflective rainbow of it. But I don't have the optimized lighting for it, but that's disco dust. Disco dust, right? Party on the concrete. Nice. And same with the everything taco. Both of these are so fun because it's like the multicolors on top of the boring concrete. It's magic. All right, next up, we've got Ivory Tower and Devil's Advocate. Who's excited for these ones? Silent Siren, thank you for the super chat. Justice for Cracked Taco, I'm so glad she's coming back. I will be stocking up for sure. I can't find it anymore. Yeah, it is hard to find. I mean, there's a reason for that because people don't like it. But we'll see what people think this year. All right, let's start with Ivory Tower combos. This one is hard to see, so I'm gonna turn down my ISO. Other way. So I just turned down the brightness of my camera just so you can see the combos a little bit better. Cracked taco shell. Obviously had to try it. Gold flake taco, rose gold taco, lunar unicorn skin, winner, do this now. Do it right now. Okay, well, when you get it in the mail. Absolutely beautiful, iridescent, ethereal, whatever, combo. Like a fairy. Solar unicorn skin is also really pretty. A little less obvious, but still stunning. I tried freezer burn as well. And that's halogen glow. Oh, halogen glow looks like a pearl mani, but iridescent. Like when you go to a salon and you're like, give me the mermaid manicure. Like that's just do this. Okay. Just do it yourself. Do your homework yourself. That's linear Holo Taco because I wanted to make an ivory white holo. So it's got that subtle linear flare. Everything taco, that's a party, of course. And I put disco dust on this one again, just because I wanted to see like the rainbow party on the white. And there they all are again. Again, will be optimized under different lightings, but I really like the subtlety of different tacos over in ivory, right? It's less obvious, but it's there. Devil's Advocate combos, anyone? Can I interest you in some stunning Merlot red blood? Okay, cracked taco shell literally looks like coagulated blood. Like, you can't really tell the difference because the red is so dark that it's almost black because it's blackened. Menchie's, look who showed up. There's cats in the class. That you can't tell the difference between cracked taco shell and it, so it just looks like coagulated blood. So maybe not the best combo unless it's Halloween. But then we've got Fallen Flake Taco, Red Flake Taco, Gold Flake Taco, Cosmic Unicorn Skin, Sonic Unicorn Skin, Celestial Lights, Scorched Earth, what did I put there? Reflective Taco, just the silver one, and Flaky Holo Taco. Which one are you doing? And I did see some people asking about making a jelly sandwich. I will say this isn't a jelly, remember, right? It's a crelly, so it's a little bit thicker than a jelly. That being said, I did try it, and I think it works best if you choose a really obvious unicorn skin, like Lunar Unicorn Skin. That one glows enough through it that you can see it. But again, this is not a jelly, it's a crelly. So it's a bit deeper. So two different things. I wanted to make sure that the products we were putting out right now was something that people felt comfortable with wearing on their own and not like disappointed in the coverage. But this is like really good coverage, but it's still kind of see-through. Menchie, where are you trying to go? I'm speaking, girly. All right, it's time for advanced studies and graduate combos. May I take your requests? Here's what we're gonna do. I got a pre-painted wheel, no taco yet. You're gonna tell me what to put over these. Kiss Menchie? Menchie, you wanna make out in class? You don't sit on my wheel. Cat intermission. Here. How about Menchie's gonna take over for 5 minutes while I go pee out the tea, okay? Menchie's gonna run an ad and we'll BRB. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna paint this next. Girl. Oh, no, no, no. She's eating my hair. Oh, no, no, no. Okay. Get down. Okay. Ma'am. Okay, this is your substitute teacher. Her name is Miss Menchie. What are you gonna teach in class, huh? Ooh. She's purring right into the mic for you. She's just staring at my hair. She just wants to eat my hair, which has all fallen out. Like, I mean, the curl. Look, it used to be nice. It was nice 2 hours ago. What has happened to us? Do you see what teaching and students do to me? It's been a full semester. Can I sit down? I'm gonna sit in front of her. Scoot, scoot. You love her so much? Best substitute ever? Well, it's because she won't watch you do your homework. Okay, we gotta put our hair up. You know what I mean? It's time. It's combo time. It's painting time. So I'm gonna... That ring is pulling out my hair. Gotta take that off. Holo, I got a Holo Taco ad. Really? Perfect. Perfectly planned. She wants the hair because it tastes like shrimp? My hair does taste like shrimp. How do you know what shampoo I use? Okay, we're doing the teacher's chignon. Look at my hair clip. There. Okay, there. Still teacher vibes, right? Yeah, okay, perfect. Excuse me, child. We're classy. Classy in the classroom. Okay, hear me out. Foreshadow with fallen flake and black flake. That kind of looks like, yeah, fall with some dirt. That is like a dirty fall step. Yeah. Okay, I can't wait to see everyone's combos. But now we are doing advanced studies and graduate combos. Let me know. Oh my god, you can see my face in this. That's fucking terrifying. Ah! Ah! Who's your teacher? Ah! Did you do your homework? Ah! It's hour 3 of class. We're losing our minds. Okay, what combos am I doing here, chat? Come on, speak up now. Someone raise your hand or I'm gonna call on you. 1 million raised. Say something. Okay, Mark. Thank you, Mark, for speaking. Inkwell and Black Flake. That's so satanic. Inkwell and Galactic. Fallen Flake on everything. Was this on the syllabus? Yeah, y'all just not paying attention. A lot of people saying Fallen Flake. Okay, let me grab some. Fallen Flake right here. Ivy League with Gold Flake. Yeah, yeah. I like that one. Gold Flake. Okay, top students. I will read your messages. Top students. You have to pay your way to get to the top. It's just like university in America. Lunar over Ivy. Yes, yes. Can I get a merit scholarship? Yeah, come to Canada, apply to my scholarship. Can't guarantee you'll win though. I don't get to choose. Why doesn't anyone want to be an international student and come to Canada? It's cheaper. Actually, they actually charge more tax on international students because they know that you know, whatever. Let's not get into that. Okay, let's start with Inkwell and listen to Mark. Mr. Mark here said, try Black Flake Taco over Inkwell. Is this a waste? Maybe. That's a weird one. That is a weird one. Devil's Advocate plus Celestial. We already did that. Please rewind the course. Inkwell and Gold Flake. Okay, yeah, I like that one. You only have 4 left. I'll give you all a close-up after. Ooh, yeah. Gold Flake. Stunning. Let's do Fallen Flake. Oh, that's rich. That is rich. That's lovely. Okay, now let's do Lunar Unicorn Skin and then one more. Silent Library Disco Desk. Okay, we're on Inkwell, guys. You gotta stay on track. Wrong book. We are on Inkwell. May I remind the class? Solar? Okay, let's do solar. Nobody wants to pay attention anymore. Everyone wants to jump ahead. Everyone wants to just watch TikTok. Okay. Here's Solar Unicorn Skin. Ooh. These are all very fall vibes, but let's take a closer look. So this is over Inkwell. No glossy taco, so it could be shinier, but you know, for time's sake, I don't like it. I'm gonna grade this combo with Black Flake Taco an F. Like full out fail. Didn't even try. It didn't even try. Gold Flake Taco, A. She is shining. Fallen Flake, A+. Like, come on. Can you get any more deep fall than that? I think it's so warm and cozy. I just want to sip it. Looks like a latte. Lunar Unicorn Skin, I give it a B+. I think it's pretty, but you know, if you're not really into the greens, it is going to lean that direction because of the warmth of the base underneath. Now, Solar Unicorn Skin, oh shit. Fuck. You know what? She's like a glowing version of Fallen Flake. I think I'm going to have to give her an A+. Look at these two keeners. They're going to battle it out for the Dean's List. Okay, next. Next, we're doing Silent Library. So now you may say your combo wishes for Silent Library. I believe I heard a Disco Dust. What else? What do I got? Do I hear a Polar Princess? What about a Celestial Lights? What about a Freezer Burn and going once, going twice? Disco Dust, Rose Gold. Twilight Shimmer. Sonic. I like that idea. Scattered Holo. Yeah, let's make it Holo. So if you want more Holo, you can make it scattered. Okay, that's 5. That's 5. That's all we got. Favorite sister over the red. Wouldn't you just do red flake taco over it? Because favorite sister would just cover it up. Interesting. Okay, ready? Silent library. Shh, everyone be quiet. We're painting. Here's rose gold flake taco. Oh, that's fucking pretty. That's a pretty little library. Oh, okay, she's a cute little library. And now let's do Twilight Shimmer. Now we're kind of canceling out the frosted metal a bit. Oh shit, no, that actually looks cool. It's giving me got cake over black vibes. But more navy. Oh wow, it's making, see that like scintillating effect underneath? That's the shimmer sparkling on top of the silver foil flakes. Fuck. That's very, very pretty. A+ combo, A+. Okay, let's go for Sonic. Sonic Unicorn Skin. This is gonna be more of an asymmetrical edition. It looks like the heart of the ocean. Okay, fuck, that's also A+. Fuck, we're gonna have to bell curve and bring everyone's grades down because these are so beautiful. Okay, we want to keep things a little bit simpler. We're gonna do some scattered holo. Just a dusting, just a little galaxy dusting. If you're like, I like frosted metals, but I want holo, then just add scattered holo taco. You smart ass. Okay, last we're gonna do some disco dust, a little party in the library. Don't tell the librarians. They don't want to have to clean up after you though, so you better clean up. Okay, fuck me up. Like, fuck me up. That's doing drugs in the library level of excitement. Like, you didn't go there to study. You went there to get fucked up. Don't lie to your teacher. Hello. That's incredible. Incredible combos. A+ across the board. Ding, 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 ding. Damn. Doing drugs in the library. That's a good shade name. Okay. Next. So good they feel illegal. I know, right? Yeah. Okay, let's move on to Secret Society. What combos am I doing on these 5? Let's go. What would look good over this pewter antique? How to make it accentuate? Gold flake, done. Black flake, are you guys sure you want to waste that again? It's just black. I feel like you know what it's gonna look like. Halogen glow, that I can get down with that. Cracked taco? Alright, that's pretty fucking brave of you, sir. Cosmic? Oh, I kind of like the pink. Yeah, let's add like a little pinky. A little pink antique-y. More scattered. Cracked is interesting. It is interesting. Fallen flake. We could put fallen flake. We've been putting that on everything, you know? Put that shit on everything. Freezer. I kind of like the blue idea. Let's do freezer burn since we haven't used her yet. Okay, we got 5 locked in. Ready? And exam painting begins in 3, 2, 1. No, I'm touching it. Okay, you have to be very careful. This is why this is very hard. Don't use wet paint in class. Okay, I'm just gonna hold this. Okay, ready? Cracked taco shell. Absolutely unhinged. It's gotta let it crack up. I probably put it, that was too thick, but whatever, she's trying. She's gonna get cracked up, give her a moment. And now, gold flake taco. Ooh. That's going to the pawn shop. I'm selling grandma's necklace for this. That's a great combo. That's absolutely 10 out of 10. I love that. Oh, it makes it look like my necklace, right? Just like more chunky gold. Oh, she's rich. Got her at the estate sale. Yes. Cleared out all of Grandma's assets. How about some cosmic unicorn skin, adding some pink to the vintage. That's very cute. That's kind of cutesy. That's pretty. Oh, that's weird. It's kind of like Princess Shrek, actually. Yeah, it's a little Princess Shrek. Ben probably likes it. Okay, let's do Freezer Burn, which is a more uniform. It's kind of like a linear iridescent, right? So that's our iridescent shimmer. Okay, that's fucking... Whoa, that just sent shivers down my spine. That is extremely weird. Extremely unlikely. But it kind of turns me on. What the... Whoa. Anyone else get shivers from that? That's weird. That's an iced out. That's like the jewelry got frozen in Canada in the winter. Last one, let's try Halogen Glow, which I think will just kind of pump this one up. Like, it should complement the base. Because it's kind of neutrally yellowy zone. Yeah, see? That one, it just kind of pumped it up. It just gave it an extra iridescent overglow instead of an underglow. It's an overglow. I'm just inventing things. I'm such a sociologist, I'm just making up more words. Responsibilize, problematize, infantilize, underglow, overglow. Hello. Hello. It's me, your teacher. Are you taking notes? Good. Last up, Ivy League. Go on, drop what we should be painting on Ivy League. Do you need dinner? I had a pre-class dinner and then I'm gonna have a second dinner after class. Thank you though for asking. Okay, what do you want? Everything taco, silver flake, galactic. Okay. Slow down. Galactic, everything taco, silver flake. Falling leaves, falling leaves, falling leaves on the ground. Okay, we got one more. Be careful now. Do you guys want disco dust? I think I'm seeing disco dust. We don't need gold because I already gave you, I know it's not the same, but Headhunter. So like you kind of get an idea of that color. So let's do disco dust. Just a little fuck it up. Okay. Ready? Let's start off with Fallen Flake. So this is a true autumnal expert grad studies level combo. So for those who are, this is a 5th year course. Oh yeah, Ivy League plus Fallen Flake Taco. It still gives you that lush green sparkle that's running through, which is contrasting enough with the Fallen Flake pigment that I like it. I like it. I give that a 80%. Okay, let's do Silver Flake Taco. That's gonna take this one in a totally different direction. Like we're applying totally different theories here. One's a multi-chrome and one's a uniform foil, metallic foil flake. I said foil twice. But, you know, sociologists love repeating themselves. Okay, fuck me. That is, dare I say, even better. Silver Flake Taco? She's giving Christmas lights, kind of. But, like, there's no rainbows. But it's still super cute. Prof, no swearing in class. I make the fucking rules, Shan. It's giving Lord of the Rings vibe. I went to that movie once for school. And then everyone was mad that it would never end. Okay, let's do everything taco. This is the master class. This is the expert level. This is people writing 300-page theses unnecessarily. Focus, focus. Thank you, thank you. See, that's what I'm saying to my class. Focus, please. Imagine I was actually a teacher. I feel like I couldn't be serious the whole time, right? I put on a really thick coat. It's just how I felt in the moment. Sometimes you just feel like putting on a really thick coat. So I did. That's crazy. That's a Christmas tree. That's a Christmas tree. This is a simple Christmas tree. This is a classy lady Christmas tree. And this is a chaotic rainbow Christmas tree. Speaking of chaotic rainbow Christmas trees, let's do disco dust. See another version of chaos in the Christmas spirit. Oh, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Okay, I mean, which Christmas are you? Ivy League really is that Christmas shade. I mean, we made her for fall and to fit into like dark green, hunter, lush, dark school outfits and whatever. But like, it kind of is also giving me a lot of Christmas. We've unlocked Christmas early. You love disco dust? Me too. Underrated. Don't forget about her. Okay. Last up, we're going to do Galactic Unicorn Skin, which is the green unicorn skin. Green on green. Sales data. Tiffany, how'd you know what we're doing next? Get out of my course book. Green on green. I mean, that's really pretty. That's a fucking emerald, dare I say. She is absolutely stunning. So different than the other ones we just explored, right? And the lesson you can take away from this Advanced Studies and Graduate Combos class is that by adding a Holo Taco, you can completely change the direction of your research and your look. Okay, do not judge a Holo Taco by its bottle or by its perceived similarities to other Holo Tacos in the bottle. No, no. You have to apply those theories on the nail to unpack their incredible qualities, to examine their differences, and to appreciate that every combination is a unique one. And if you have learned one thing from this class, I hope it's that. Apply your theories on the nails. And on paper, you know, but also on your nails. I'm just gonna close all these bottles so we don't spill it on the class. What if I don't like a combo and I can't go back? Who said you can't go back? Just wipe that shit off and do it again, okay? It's easier than finishing a degree and realizing that you should have taken another subject. It's so much easier. It's kind of like you start taking the class and then you drop it before the drop date. Okay? It's like that, except even easier. I did that once. No shame in that. You know, sometimes you got to try out a class, see if you're going to do well, and then it's just not working out, so drop it before they're going to show it on your transcript. What did they call that again? Like the drop dead date? Or I don't know if I'm making that up. Professor, can I go to the bathroom? Yes, Carolyn, you may. Paying students may go to the bathroom. Everyone else has to pee in their pants. Let me just put these away now. Okay. We're back. Who's back from the bathroom? XOXO, go piss, girl. Who wants some sales data? I'm not even gonna have you predict. I'm just gonna show you the results. Okay, so preliminary sales data have been collected. Please know that this screenshot of data, this snapshot, the Snapchat of of data, fuck, social media is in my brain. This is just snapshot data from a couple hours ago. We're still on launch day. Things will change. Things are guaranteed to change. However, at this time, here's our relative sales by individual Dark Academia shade. Please note this excludes collection bundle purchases, which represents the majority of our sales. Most customers purchased the entire Dark Academia bundle, and then some chose a different path, undergrad or graduate bundle. But for the ease of simplicity of statistical thinking and the fact that I only had a short amount of time to do this, we're just looking at individual sales. So if you came in and picked up individuals, here's how it went. Devil's Advocate coming out way on top. Surpassed expectations. Y'all either really want a crelly or you just want blood or death. You tell me which one. And then we've got two greens fighting it out. They are so close. Ivy League has a little bit of edge on top of Headhunter, but it's really great. Can I get a round of applause for greens in the chat? Like, they are not at the bottom. Wow. Lord damn. Please, let's not discontinue a green this year. Thank you. Then we've got Inkwell, super strong there. I think she's a good winner. Like, it's kind of a weird shade, right, for nail polish, but with this audience and this theme, this one does such a good job of communicating it. So I'm super proud that she's right after the greens. Then we've got Silent Library. So you guys are sleeping on Frosted Metals again. What do I tell you every single time? Every single time we release a Frosted Metal, there's a group of people who are like, yes, Frosted Metal. You're like the radical Frosted Metalists. Okay, but the thing is, your group is too small and not everyone agrees with you. So you're not getting anywhere. You're just never going to be on the top. So you can complain all you want, but I'm telling you, people need to buy the Frosted Metals in order for them to come out on top and show in the data that, like, yes, we need to do way more. You've been radicalized by Frosted Metals. I know it happens. You got to be careful out there. You know, if you are going to be a new owner of a Frosted Metal and pictures won't do it justice, you better be careful once you start putting it on your nails, and you will see. Then we've got Secret Society. Maybe it's, you know, not at the top because it's just not a secret anymore. Could be how that works, unfortunately. And then two crèmes, which I'm not surprised in a bundle like specialty and a new formula that crèmes are at the bottom. Ivory Tower is the shortest tower in this bar graph, sadly. Poor Ivory Tower. I know. Maybe people just, you know, maybe they're just going up against the name. They're like, I hate Ivory Towers, and they're just not buying it. I thought the name was cute. She's a tiny little tower, exactly. She's at the bottom of the tower. She's just Ivory. We'll have to change the shade name to just Ivory, no tower. With Foreshadow, we did forecast that Foreshadow would not be at the top, so we didn't make as many. And so, as you know, with most of our launches, we don't make the exact same amount of every shade because we know better than that. We know that not everyone's going to buy everything perfectly equal because some of you have preferences, which, I mean, all of you have preferences. That makes sense. So we have to forecast, predict, do some predictive analytics about what we think is going to sell better, and then make more of those. So we did make less Foreshadow. We foreshadowed that one well. Shouts out to the team. I'm actually quite surprised that Devil's Advocate is this far on top, to be honest. I thought for sure it would be a specialty shade, probably Ivy League. So I'm kind of surprised. You guys really want Christmas, huh? Watch her sell out first. It's possible that some of the lower selling shades sell out first because, like I said, we made less of them. What did you expect to be the best? Ivy League. Just with the Holo Taco audience, I assume that y'all were most after the graduates and then maybe what's in the undergrad bundle. But yeah, no, this Devil's Advocate, big surprise. Okay, so where's back to my agenda? We could do a quick little evaluation of the detective's work, but it is already past course time. I know, time flies when you're learning so much. Doesn't time fly? Okay, detectives, what do you have for me? I gotta pull up their notes. This is where the detectives have handed in their homework. Is it in the detective's desk? I'm referring to the Discord, by the way. Okay, what is this? Hold on. This is not your assignment. You need to stay after class. Dark Academia fit. Guys. What? My sister. Why does Ben, like, that looks like his natural habitat? Like, it doesn't even look Photoshop. That looks real. Not bad. Okay, did anyone submit their homework? Detectives have submitted their homework. Unfortunately, we took the wrong class. Please grade us on the actual detective evidence gathered in the desk. Detective papers have been graded. Okay, what is this? I'll just show you what I'm looking at. Detective papers have been graded per blind guesses for color palette. Assigned July 23rd, 2024. If you did not hand in your paper, automatic F. I take no questions on your grading. Thank you. I have absolutely no idea how papers are graded. What did you guys do? Oh, you guessed what the palette would be before, and then you gave each other grades. B-. This is kind of fun, though, to see what palette you thought was Dark Academia, like once you kind of figured out the mood. Not bad, Ella. Okay, let's look at this one. Neon, shocked you guessed dark colors. B-. Like, what? Too many yellows. Or yellow tones. Okay, you can't have two in there. What the fuck is this? You didn't complete shit. Why'd you submit nothing? The robot did this? F-. Is that even a grade? Erilyn, C-. Okay, you got Moody Blue, Academic Green, Fall Red, Book Brown. You could make an argument for that. I could see you playing Devil's Advocate to get that as Foreshadow or Inkwell. Graphite, again, it's kind of close. Professor Mustard, no. We've learned our lesson. No. Teacher Teal, that's a cute idea. C-. I'm gonna upgrade this to a C+. A robot did this one, B-. Well, this is why you can't let ChatGPT do your homework. Ghosty just thought we were gonna release 4 things and a star topper. Wrong collection. Mary Dan, C-. Not bad, not mint though. Wrong time of year. You guys are just sucking. What are all these C's? You guys are really hard on yourself. I didn't write these grades. The detectives did. Okay, Sass Girl 92. Not bad. This is a little too, like, lighthearted. This is light academia. Come on now. It's dark academia. Wild Root. That's a good shade name. C-. You were on the right track. You had darkness. You know, I could argue this is kind of secret society if you blend them together. I will describe burgundy wine, burnt orange, dark dusty purple, green with a lot of dirt. Check. Charcoal. D+. D+ because you didn't provide a visual. Ella. B-. Oh, we already saw that. Okay, now we're just going back in circles. Great homework. It's okay. I tried to do it. You know, trying is better than not trying. I remember opening chat and seeing all this schoolwork and piecing out. You can't admit to that. You just admitted to dropping out of class. You slept in that day. You're playing hooky. Yeah, now the teacher is reading your notes. It's like if the teacher confiscates your phone and then looks at what you've been doing on TikTok. That's what I'm doing right now, except it's Discord. And I'm doing it in front of the entire class. Hello? Okay, all right. Thank you, detectives. That was a wonderful grading experience. Was there a bingo or no? I don't know. You tell me in the chat and simply react. There is a bingo. Dark Academia bingo! I will copy the link in the chat. It's bingo time. It's discourse, ideology, bingo, discourse, ideology, bingo. And if that means absolutely nothing to you, it's basically the way that highbrow sociologists would talk. They would just go in fucking tautological circles all the time. And I say this as someone who did it in my own writing. Where they just consider this, but is it this? Is it discourse or is it ideology? Which are basically just two words that mean other words are happening in front of us. Let's overanalyze. So is it discourse, ideology, or bingo? Or discourse, ideology, or bingo? It's a baby bingo because there's only 9 squares. There's a beautiful blue. There is a beautiful blue. Simply takes 5 hours to watch collection video. Incorrect. Detectives forgot to make a bingo. Who made a bingo? Was it detectives or was it a mod? I don't know. I can't confirm. Detectives are sorry. They better be, because so many of them failed and I expected more of them. Come on, guys. You got to get at least a C to advance on to part 2. If you want to participate in the detectiving of the next launch, which is my birthday launch, then you're going to have to retake this class. I'm sorry. That's just how it works. Pillar actually made it. So detectives did forget to make a bingo. My mod made it. Thank God I have teaching assistants. What would I do? I can't depend on my students. Oh my God. Free space. Blue is the best polish. The subjectivities in that statement, I cannot confirm. Detectives are being sketchy? Yes. Bingo! Detectives deserve to be Who wrote this? Oh, Pillar wrote it. Pillar! Okay, now I get it. Now I get it. Ben's favorite is the blue. Wait a fucking second. I see what's happening. Pillar, please come to my office. I see you are trying to bias the student body to purchase the blue because you like the blue. May I remind you that your opinion is your own opinion, and we shall not, as teaching assistants or otherwise teachers to students, impose our own opinion on things that are not facts onto our students who are merely learning, because they might believe you and just adopt your way of thinking without having explored it for themselves. And we wouldn't want that, would we? No. Okay. I'm glad we understand each other. The subjectivities are subjecting. It's giving subjectivities. My teaching assistant is in trouble. I still got bingo though, so I win. I'm gonna send this to my sister. Kind of looks like me right now. All right, and I believe that completes our agenda. It has been 3 hours and 18 minutes, which is the average class time for most universities. It's been a 3-hour lecture plus 18 minutes of chit chat after class. It's kind of normal, right? Simply skipping the memes. What fucking memes? I already shared the memes, didn't I? Where in the desk? Oh, fuck, there was memes. I don't know if I trust you. Do I trust you? I haven't vetted these. Did my teaching assistants vet these? I can't post for another 20 minutes. Detectives thinking they did a good job for this collection. Detective chat, no detective slideshow. Pillar, no bingo. You guys had time to make this? But not do your homework? Oh my god, you are acting like such Gen Alphas. Shout out to Holo Taco customer service. They are amazing. Thank you, Morin. Yes, they are. Shout out to the warehouse. Shout out to the team. Thank you for this beautiful collection. We love it and we love you. Oh, thank you. Sincerely, a frosted metal fanatic. Excited for Silent Library. Okay, what other memes is this? What in the chaos? We're sorry. Thank you, Simply. But our detective's review is in another class. Whose class are you taking but mine? Pillar backs into the bushes. What is this? Professor Shrimply guilty of plagiarism? You are accusing the wrong person. Detectives Manny collab? So I hope it's okay. I just wrote one real quick. I just copied one of these. Here we go, peeps. Oh, because we did a book-related nail art competition? Yeah. You know, I definitely stole the idea of doing a book-related nail art competition from a chatter deep down in the Discord. We never would have thought of that ourselves, given that we were coming out with a Dark Academia-related collection. Definitely. You are correct. I admit, I shrimply plagiarized. Fucking shrimps. Copying everyone's homework out there. You better squash them all. The little micro shrimps. They're in your water too in New York, I heard. Detectives not having done the review. Simply and stream vibing. What are you? You're a truck coming for me? You don't think I can handle this myself? Get out of my class. Okay, we don't have a proper review. You're just all memeing on yourselves not doing your homework. You realize this, right? When in fact, you just presented yourselves as the bad students. You're just outing yourselves. Did you want to fail? Is this a self-fulfilling prophecy? Our babysitter, aka Pillar, failed to remind us. This is an independent study, okay? You don't need my teaching assistant to remind you of your responsibilities. We are all adults here taking courses that we pay for. Well, the Discord is free, but just pretend you pay for it. You better take that shit seriously. If we're going down, we're taking Pillar with us. No, you're not. Wait until you see bingo. Okay, I did. We already did that. Erilyn says, my self grade is 6 out of 8, 75%. I like the matching of it. That's a good way to show it. Meme for the procrastination chaos happening during the chill stream. What is going on in my classroom? People are not passing notes, they're passing memes. Stream chat vibing to Simplysocialogical. Detectives chat scrambling to turn in last minute homework. You guys had like not just the last 3 hours, but like an entire month. No, you had a year, because I'm sure I must have leaked at least something a year ago. That's usually how it goes, if you were paying attention. Okay, we already read these. Some Poe moments, trigger warning, toes. No. Come on now. Come on now. Okay, for the memes, you get a B. For be better next time. Christine, are you aware of a show called Silent Library? Actually, fun fact, I'd never heard of it, but a member of the Holo Taco team was like, you guys know about Silent Library, right? And I was like, no, I have no idea. And then I learned about it, but I didn't know when it was named originally. And I was like, I don't care. I still like the name. And with that, I would like to thank you for coming. Hello, English has been forgotten. Je parle seulement en français. Au fini du classe maintenant. Merci beaucoup pour venir à mon classe extracurriculaire. No. Mais, I don't even know how to say office hours in French because I only went to them in English. Speech, already gave it. That was 2 hours ago. Thank you guys for loving the Dark Academia collection so much. Class is dismissed. And you know what? Enjoy your weekend because I won't be here. The teacher is taking the weekend off. She will not be here on Saturday, which is fine because teachers aren't here on Saturdays. That's normal. So I will see you again next Wednesday. Subject TBD. You let me know in the suggestions box what you would like to study next. Video game, mail, memes. We could become an expert in whatever. Yeah, this Saturday you get a free period, okay? So enjoy your weekend or just rewatch this. Shout out to the VOD squad. Thank you for watching and studying. It doesn't matter what time of day you do it, just as long as you do it. All right, I can't wait for you guys to see this collection in the mail, and shipping would have already started. But, you know, there's been a lot of orders, so we're very excited to see everyone turn in their homework when they get this collection on their nails. So shout out to my teaching assistants, Discord and stream chat. And thank you, students, for coming. And I hope you learned something. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see y'all later. Bye.